Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here,
And BlueDragonFive.
And AdvBlueDude.
and welcome to the Main Street Cinema, the show where we discuss the finer points of filmmaking. And indeed, tonight is a very special show. I'm all jacked up for it. I am so excited about this. I've been waiting all year to do it. It is our second annual end of the year retrospective / countdown. So let's just lay it out for you. We're going to go down the Wikipedia page of all the movies released in 2014. Obviously, not talk about every single one of them in spite of how much AdvBlueDude wants to do that. Right, AdvBlueDude?
There's so many movies that are worth talking about, like The Legend of Hercules, and Dumbbells, and Hellion, and Ride Along, and Alive Inside, a story of music and memory.
I have seen Ride Along.
And Appropriate Behavior, and
All
Dear
right.
White People,
Okay, we got
My Origins, and Love is Strange. I'm sorry.
And the rest of the show is just going to be you going down that list. All right,
In the
that's the show,
background.
everyone. Stay tuned for the next 2 hours.
And I Frankenstein, and Jai Ho, and the Monkey King, and the Idol Master movie. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It's Kagayaki no Mokugawa E! Exclamation point.
Okay, so we're going to try and get through this as quickly as we can. I have got 20. I've got 20 here. I've been working on this all year. I've seen over 50 movies. I'm stoked about this. I am so excited. Let me just say right off the bat, I personally think 2014 has been the best cinematic year since 2007.
Don't
like-
you mean 8?
No, fuck 2008. All it had was The Dark Knight.
And Iron Man.
Okay, and Iron Man,
And
yeah.
Hulk.
But, 2007 was... that's a whole different
And
thing.
Wall-E.
Okay,
I agree.
okay.
I agree this has been an incredible...
And Kung Fu Panda.
I hear you, but 2007 had There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men, stuff like that.
And
Okay,
Fantastic
this is
Four 2.
So you agree it's been a fantastic year?
Yes. Yes.
It has been a great year.
All right, so let's go through it. So really quickly, I don't want to spend too much time in January at all, but except on one movie, but yeah, really quickly. First movie released of the calendar year. First official, the horror movie sequel, because it's just a chain now. We got this one. We got The Woman in Black too this year.
Hey. Don't you dare knock that movie.
Well, what about The Nut Job? Did any of you actually see The Nut Job?
Fuck no.
No, but it looked terrible.
Yeah.
I am being serious about The Woman in Black, though, solely because of its its historical significance.
Dude, I've heard... No, seriously, dude, I've heard that movie is shit. Do not
It
defend
is,
that
but it's a
movie.
Hammer film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yes. That is
Okay, so let's talk about the first really good movie of the year that is definitely going to be on the top 20, Frank.
Yeah.
Now, BlueDragonFive, you probably aren't aware of this movie, so AdvBlueDude, you're a big fan of it, so why don't you lay it out?
So Frank is about Domhnall Gleeson, who played Bill Weasley in the Harry Potter movies. It's about him. He's a struggling keyboardist and songwriter, and he ends up joining this band where the lead singer wears a papier-mâché head. And it's
Played by
really,
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, and Maggie Gyllenhaal's in it. It's a really interesting movie about eccentric artists.
Yeah.
And how perhaps they're not artistic geniuses, they're just insane.
But really heartfelt at the same time. I mean,
Oh no,
I think,
absolutely.
I think Michael Fassbender gives truly one of the underrated performances of the year,
He's
because
fucking incredible.
you literally, like, there's a big reveal of his face, and I won't really spoil it, but it's kind of a mystery, but you don't see it until about, like 95% of the way through the movie, but...
There's like 10 minutes left and when you see his face.
Yeah. But throughout the whole movie, it's just him and the mask, and it just conveys such a sense of emotion. You like, there's certain times where you just think this guy is, like, awesome. There's certain times where you just feel so bad for him and think he's pathetic. Just really good. Just really interesting. Just a really took me by surprise.
It's my favorite movie of the year, probably.
Okay.
I honestly think so. It's one of the. It's the only movie that I've ever seen and immediately bought the soundtrack to.
Well, what about Wes Anderson movies?
Well, I mean that's different. Because a lot of it's pop in Wes Anderson movies. Grand Budapest Hotel.
Very true. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
But like I watched. What?
This has a lot of really good original songs.
Yeah, it's a lot of like really good original, like weird fucking parody rock songs.
Kind of reminds me of the Mighty Boosh.
Yeah.
Just the sound of it.
Yeah. It's no like I watched this movie and immediately went on iTunes and bought the album.
Mm.
And
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely try it maybe when you get back from your excursion to college, because you actually want to make a life for yourself instead of do YouTube videos for a living.
I don't want to make a life for myself. That's why I'm going into film.
Fair enough. You know, we'll definitely maybe try and make a point of talking about this more in depth.
Absolutely.
But so BlueDragonFive, you have 30 seconds to talk about Ride Along. Go.
Sure. Third act's where it picks up. I think if Kevin Hart takes the role seriously, it might be good. Lawrence Fishburne is the best part of the movie. Okay.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good job. Okay. I guess this movie wasn't released domestically until summer, or I mean, like widely. But since it's on Wikipedia and since it's right here, and I'm gonna go by the list, let's talk about it. Boyhood. Neither of you got a chance to see it, right?
No.
I still need to.
I really quickly, it's just got to be on my top 20. It's got to be, just because of the sheer ambition of it and just the very nature of it. I have very big problems with it, though. Mostly, I kind of talked a little bit about this if you watch my reaction to the Oscars that I did at freaking 5:30 in the morning when my sinuses were kicking my ass. It wasn't the most professional show I've ever done. But I kind of talk a little bit about how I think the big flaw with Boyhood is that it's way too long. I mean, I get why Linklater wanted to make it as long as possible given how much time he spent on it, but I don't know. First of all, I think one of the real cardinal sins with this movie is that it spends way too much time with him as a teenager and not enough time with him as an actual boy. And when he's a teenager, he's just kind of a pretentious douchebag a lot of the time. And so I think the first 45 minutes are incredible. Like, really fucking incredible. There's this one moment in particular where it's when the kid moves for the first time, and he's got this best friend that kind of gets established throughout the first 10 minutes or so. And then there's this one shot that really sticks with me where he's just looking through the main kid. He's driving away, and his friend is, like, kind of chasing after him. And the kid's, like, trying to wave to his friend, but he doesn't even see him because he's passing in front of a bush, and then that's it. That's it. His friend's just out of his life, and that's it. And honestly, I wish more of the movie was kind of like that, kind of more realistic like that, because my big problem with the movie is that it just, goddamn, there's so much waxing poetic for the sake of waxing poetic, and just gets repetitive a lot of the time. But for the sheer ambition of it, I really appreciate it. So, okay. Anyways, next, let's move on, trying to find something that jumps out.
Well, not much to say, but there's I, Frankenstein. You know, just looking at the trailers for that one. You know, Aaron Eckhart's Frankenstein looked kind of cool, but I hear it disappointing.
I hear it's awful. Yeah. Okay.
Stuff I want to see. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to see. It's on demand, but I kind of like timed out before I could watch it. I'm still looking forward to it. Basically, taking on a plane. It seems.
Okay, RoboCop, quick.
Okay, RoboCop, obviously not as good as the original, but it showed promise. I'd be willing to see it come back for a sequel, but I mean, it brought some interesting elements to the fray. Basically, it's kind of like, the best way I could describe it is like, what if it's like the missing second good half of RoboCop 2.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It explored upon a film, but not explored upon further enough. So I think if they had a sequel, it kind of explored a little smartly, more so. And Gary Oldman was the best part. It was a really fun part of the movie for him. I really did like it.
As he a lot of the time is. Okay.
Yes,
so let's get to one of the big ones. We'll spend a little bit of time on this. So first of all, I gotta ask, with the Lego Movie, what was your guys' reaction to the big snub this morning?
I was shocked.
AdvBlueDude? AdvBlueDude?
I think it's stunned silence. I think that's what he's going for.
I can't.
No, because he's reacting to this. Folks,
I swear to God, you better not be working on Soul Imagineer stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
I think my reason's funnier why he's not here. But anyway, just sum it up. The Oscars suck sometimes. Just they snub all the good ones. Nolan and Pixar.
Yeah.
And now Lego Movie.
There is absolutely no explanation for this.
Yeah. Plus, we know it would have won too.
Oh, that is
the
why
animation
it's such a big snub.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we know. I mean, this, and you know, like the thing. Actually, James Gunn, our Guardians of the Galaxy hero, he's stuck up for these movies, especially this one. He said he knows that the Oscar committee, they hadn't watched this movie, and they just judged it like he himself did before he watched it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, points for James Gunn for kind of pointing out the obvious there. And, you know, I'm sure he's going to get some props during the Oscars himself. I would hope, at least for something.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, shoot.
So I guess thoughts on Lego Movie. It was awesome, to say the least.
Yeah. No, I think it's one of the more rewatchable movies of the year, or ever, quite possibly.
Hey, can people see AdvBlueDude's comments here, or is it just us?
I don't know, but this. Wait.
Well, should we transcribe what he's saying for the people out there, or should we just let them read it if they can? I don't think they can read it though. Wait, so yes, this transcribe. Okay. So yeah, AdvBlueDude, he's agreeing it's wonderful. It's a really good movie, and you know he's absolutely right. I mean, it had these great characters in it. The animation is sublime. It's his number 4, in fact.
Yeah, the animation is beautiful. Yeah, it's
a brilliant blend of computer generation made to. You're welcome. It's computer generation made to look. Yes, you feel like me. Okay, it's basically computer generation that looks computer animation that is so flawlessly done to look like stop motion, but also there's some integrated stop motion within the movie. It's a seamless. It's seamlessly communicated, and it's beautiful, and the comedy is also great in the movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's just like it starts out, it hits you right away. It just has such a frantic pace to it. It has such a frantic pace that it's like, honestly, the first time I watched it was just impossible to digest everything.
Yeah, I thought pacing was really good in the movie.
Yeah, it's so energetic.
Yeah, the only complaint I have is just the taste issue. I'm not crazy about the band singing thing, but I understand why it's there.
Oh, the Batman!
I think I love this Batman. Just the heavy metal.
Dark.
However, I think if I'm right, he's getting the spin-off movie.
Yeah,
yeah. I wonder if it's this Batman specifically or the Lego Batman the game.
No, I'm pretty sure it is this specific Batman.
I would like to see this specific version of Batman if they just stripped out the music. Oh, the AdvBlueDude's confirming that it is. Okay, that's good. Just a few quick things. Well, all right. Well, let's start. It's awesome. Okay. Everything is awesome. Yeah. But, the voice cast is really good in this movie. My favorite character aside from Batman in this movie, of course, I love Chris Pratt as Emmett. Chris Pratt really, this is the reason I thought he was going to be great in Guardians of the Galaxy. He sold me just in the voice in this movie. How he's going to be that good.
Yeah.
I loved Liam Neeson's Good Cop, Bad Cop was my favorite part of this movie. It's such a hilarious concept. Hi there, buddy. No, you're going to talk. You know, he flips around. The bad cop just has comedically. He kicks chairs when he's angry and uses them as a weapon. Really funny and yes, it's just an absolutely wonderful cast. Quote AdvBlueDude. It's wonderful.
It's kind of like not even really an extended cameo, more just a cameo. But I love the dynamic between Channing Tatum Superman and Jonah Hill Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, even just it's funny.
That is hilarious. Like that is the most clever thing.
I mean, it's old news that the mark of a truly great movie is rewatchability and finding new things every time you watch it. This movie is a testament to that.
Absolutely.
Again, it's kind of like they capture like a modern, like another kind of incarnation of a Toy Story for a new generation. It's amazing. It's the best way I can describe it. It's a modern day. It's another. We thought Wreck-It Ralph was like them kind of dusting off the old Toy Story magic for the movie. They did it again with Legos and like the other untapped toy market.
Yeah,
film.
Sure.
And it was great. It's fantastic. The third act is completely. I went into it thinking, okay, it was going to be a fun, good movie, which it was. And the third act just completely hit you with an emotional, heavy hand. Will Ferrell, he sold it very well, and he was fantastic in the movie also.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Will Ferrell was definitely a standout.
The reason this movie deserves an Oscar is for that emotion that just hits you out of nowhere and it sucks you in. It says this. Okay, first of all, it would have been a fun movie, but now it would have been a fun movie, would have been a good movie, but with that third act, it's a great movie.
No, yeah, I completely agree. Well, I don't know. I think it would have been a great movie regardless.
No, I mean,
just because it's so goddamn fun and it's
they
so
sold you
well
on.
paced. The animation is beautiful.
I mean, the first two
it is just
sold
a
you on
quality
enough.
product all around.
I mean, you were sold on enough in the first two, but just the third act
Sure.
just pushed it over as like, this is the truly fantastic film. I mean, if it wasn't already before, it was like ascended to another level. We got Morgan Freeman as a ghost on a pole. We have Morgan Freeman as a ghost. Now, how many times can we have that? Say
awesome.
that.
Right.
Everything is awesome. Anything else to transcribe on this Adventure Blue Okay. So anything else you want like that, Tiki, before we...
No, I'm good. Let's move on.
So, Lego movie, really great, undersold, definitely deserves a spot in the Oscars, but it has been snubbed, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
So should we talk about Peabody and Sherman? Monuments Men. You want to talk about that?
Really quickly about Monuments Men.
Good.
George Clooney's last movie that he directed, I believe, what was it called? It was called Leatherheads.
Yeah.
That was one of the few movies that I actively walked out on. I was so bored with that movie. I remember the train scene in that movie just dragged on and on. And so I had no interest in seeing this movie. It got panned all around, so it's just... Yeah. And I remember it actually was going to come out around Christmas time of 2013.
I'm sorry, Adventure Blue. Are you saying that about Leatherheads or about Monuments Men?
What's his name?
I think he says Adventure Blue says he likes which one did Kaufman write? It's a cool movie. Kaufman wrote something. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. No,
that's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, Clooney directed that movie. That's another. Okay,
but the difference is that I guess I guess that's just written by a good screenwriter because it's just I don't know.
Point is Monuments Men. What do you think about Monuments Men?
I didn't see it. Like I said, I just wanted to bring it up because I did not like Leatherheads at all.
I didn't see Monuments Men myself. So, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, did you see this one or?
I did. No, yeah.
What did you think? I didn't see this. I debated upon seeing, but the advertising sold me out of it. It was
okay. I mean, honestly, there was a lot of really fun stuff with the way that I feel like they really got the dynamic between Sherman and Peabody down.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the voice acting was really good.
Ty Burrell was good as Mr. Peabody?
He was. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like he made it his own thing in a good way.
Did they have a father-son dynamic? I hear they had.
Very much so. Yeah, it was okay. It was fine.
I'll probably check it out when it's on demand or something. Because it did look interesting because it has obviously the time travel. I mean, the best gag in the trailer for me was Patrick Wilburn as the Trojan. Yeah, with the Trojan horse gag of pretty much saying, they master a little Trojan horse and they say, "Oh, we found this outside." Says, "What is it?" "Oh, yes, a gift." Says, "What are we bringing in?" It'd be rude not to. Really funny.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so well, let's see.
Well, just to specify to folks, the reason we're not going through everything is because apparently Tiki and I both have a list up, and probably Adventure BlueDude too, I guess. We have the list in front of us, so anything sticking out, we're going to bring it up, I guess.
Okay, so Winter's Tale I really want to see just because Brad Jones says it's like one of those like very fascinatingly bad movies.
Isn't Akiva Goldsman, he's the kind of the miss or the swinger miss writer. Like he's the one. He was involved in the Schumacher films, wasn't he? Or is that Keep It Gold?
Sure. I don't know. But yeah, that's one I kind of wanted to see, because honestly, I'm one of those people that would put a Saving Christmas or a Winter's Tale on a top 20 list just because of how much it amuses me. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see either of those, so sad days. Okay, so let's see. 300 Rise of an Empire.
I did not see it. Did you?
No. AdvBlueDude, do you want to wait? Do you want us to wait until you're able to talk about Grand Budapest Hotel?
Okay, so we'll put a pin in Grand Budapest for now, but let's specify it came out in February, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
no, it came out in, I think,
well, it says February on here.
Oh, does it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's March. Sorry.
March. Yeah.
We just covered February. Now we're on March. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Did you see Chef?
I did not see Chef. Oh, I heard it was good. I wanted to see it. I looked.
Yeah, it's one that I've been meaning to see, but it's like when it gets so close to like the time I have to do the top 20 list, it's like I really didn't think it had a chance to be in my top 20, so I was very hesitant to spend the time on it. But you know,
I sympathize with AdvBlueDude. I saw it. I didn't know about it until it was advertised myself, and I wanted to watch because even Jon Favreau directing and Robert Downey Jr. apparently has a little role in the movie. It seemed interesting just also he's in the movie Favreau, but it seemed interesting. I want to check it out if it's on demand or Netflix or whatever provider through. Yeah.
Okay. I
Looks
guess
interesting.
Neighbors, really quick. It was okay. It was okay. Honestly, it has a really gaping plot hole about how like Seth Rogen and his girlfriend or his wife, I guess, are horrible parents because they have this baby that they just leave alone, like on multiple different occasions to go spend nights at this party house, and there's no explanation.
You know, I'm sorry, did you see this movie or you see the trailers for this movie?
No, I saw it.
Yeah, I just looking at the trailers, I didn't see it, so you'd be a better judge than I am on this, but it really did not look appealing at all. It seemed like too formulaic, like, okay, these two guys, they're going to cause trouble for each other, it's a pranking war. Ooh.
That's definitely how it is.
The gag I really hated in trailer. I think you told me you liked this gag. For me personally, I hated this gag. It's good. I know the response I would say. In this, basically, the cop comes director.
Was it the Robert De Niro party?
No, that's a little funny, but
it was. That was the most movie by far.
Here's the bit though. The bit is like after they obligatory in the trailer call the cops because that gets the plot moving. The cop comes by and he says, "Did you call the cops?" The neighbors with the other neighbor right in back of him, Zac Efron in back of him. He says, "Did you call the cops?" He says, "No, we didn't." And he says, "Yeah, you did. We know this because we're cops." And if I were Seth Rogen, I'd say, "Yeah, but you're not a good cop. Look behind you, dummy."
Yeah.
Well, this I'd say, like, no, you're obviously not a good cop. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the only reason I even bothered to see it at all, because I agree with you, the trailer looked really formulaic, and it was just because it's the guy who did This Is the End. I loved This Is the End. Kind of a step down. Yeah. Okay. So next, Noah.
I did not see this.
No, I'm not surprised. Yeah, Darren Aronofsky is a very interesting director, and this continues to be a very, very Aronofsky film. You know,
I wonder if Aronofsky picked this over Wolverine because he left Wolverine.
Oh, don't remind me. That's heartbreaking.
Well, no, I'm talking about the V Wolverine, not Origins. It's something.
No. I know. It's heartbreaking that he didn't get to direct that because I was so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I liked the Wolverine. It was good. It was a good movie. It had a good director on it.
Yeah, but Aronofsky would have been freaking amazing.
Yes, eventually he was supposed to direct that. Actually, I heard he might have left for a weird reason. Actually, no, I might be confusing this for speculation at the time. The speculation was he left because of the whole Japanese radioactive situation going on down there. Something that had to do with that.
I see. Okay. Yeah, just really quick with Noah. I mean, like I said, it's completely batshit. It amused me though. I mean, it kept my interest. Emma Watson's pretty good in it. It's just all over the place, man. It is an all over the place, out there fucking movie. It's well shot, though. It's very ambitious. I mean, I'll give it that. Honestly, if I made a top 30, it'd probably be in my top 30. So, okay. So next movie that's near and dear to probably everyone's hearts here, Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh, I like this film.
I honestly, like, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for saying this, but I honestly like it a lot better than I like the original 2009 Muppets.
11. But,
11? Shit, sorry.
yes, and you're right, AdvBlueDude. It is criminally underrated. Criminal in the movie. Dumb joke. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, you're right. It is underrated, because it has great people, and it kind of, again, the big thing I keep telling you guys and everybody about is that, one of my favorite Muppet movies. It gets always a toss-up for me when I'm picking my favorites between the original Muppet movie and I love to pieces Great Muppet Caper. And this movie reminds me of, this is like the modern Great Muppet Caper. And because
absolutely.
Yeah, Ty Burrell is wonderful, and much like how Charles Grodin is wonderful in the... Sorry, Blue's kind of distracting me with the comments here.
Well, don't pass anything up, because I'm kind of relying on you to read anything.
Right. Anyway, so the point is, yeah, it has great people. And Tina Fey, I fell in love with Tina Fey in this movie. She was really that good. I mean, I fell in love with her before Megamind.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her from her. Like, I think she's really overrated with the stuff she does on SNL and 30 Rock. But, yeah, no, she was great here. Really quick, just the reason I think this movie is far superior to the 2011 Muppets is just I really feel like the three main human actors fit in so much better than Jason Segel and Amy Adams did.
Well, again, it's because they're literally like they're kind of not Muppets per se, but because Jason Segel literally becomes a Muppet, but they're not Muppets per se, but they're they're definitely like characters within this universe. They're wacky characters that do fit in well with them. It's like they're human.
Exactly.
Almost, and they play off very well. It's like Michael Caine plays off well against the Muppets. He treats them like real actors. You get a sense these guys are doing the same thing, and maybe that's why they're doing such a good job with it. And the point is, it was a simple adventure for the Muppets, and it played off really good. It had a little resonance underneath it all that, maybe some people debate could have been more in the forefront. Maybe that's why people favored the original, Muppets 2011 over this, some of them. But underlying message is that, they need Kermit. And they were kind of like, Kermit's definitely hurt that, the Muppets didn't notice he was gone sooner enough, except for Animal.
Yeah, Animal's really good.
And of course, the best, one of my favorite elements of it, again, the partnerships and the team-ups are really great. Kermit and Tina Fey's character, Nadia.
Who I just thought Nadia was just going to be like this tough-ass prison guard, but she ended up being such a sweet character.
Yes,
that was such a big surprise.
I fell head over heels for Tina Fey.
Yeah.
And Nadia, I love Nadia pieces. And also, again, Sandy Eagle and John.
Oh, he's great. It's just, all those scenes are just wonderful.
And the best, one of the best ones, my favorite, it's Constantine. It's Constantine Ricky Gervais, Dominic Bad Guy.
Constantine, I also feel like, is one of the more memorable villains in the entire Muppets repertoire.
Oh, he's one of the best villains.
Yeah,
he's hilarious. And I want to tell you this real quick, because people, in case anyone has underrated this movie, they're going to not pick up the DVD or anything. On the extended cut, there's a really hilarious gag that was cut out. It's really hilarious. Basically, after Constantine's stressed out that Fozzie and they're all into him, he's stress knitting. And they have that gag in the movie, but here's what they cut out. They cut out the little funny beat of it, like towards the end of the scene. He says, "Oh, who's that? What are you knitting? A sweater or like a scarf or something?" He says, "A scarf." "Oh, who's a scarf for?" He says, "None of your business." And they just have this really cute look of like Ricky Gervais knows, "Oh, he's making it for me."
Yeah.
The point is, Constantine does care about Dominic, his number 2 guy, and he's making him a scarf, and it's adorable. Okay, sorry, moving on. Now, there's actually a misprint on here.
Okay.
Well, the big one that you can look at here is supposed to be in April.
What, Captain America?
Yeah, that's supposed to be in April.
Okay, well, whatever. Let's talk about it.
You sure?
Okay. Yeah, but let's not spend too much time on it, though. Because I mean, considering we already did like literally a 3-hour podcast on it.
Could have been longer. But the reason I say this is because Winter Soldier is an absolutely fantastic film. For me, this is I can't say it's snub because the Oscars, we know that fickle, that they'd never do this. They never have the balls to do this. To put Winter Soldier up for an Oscars, I truly believe, of all the Marvel films, this one actually deserves an Oscar now. That's me personally. And I loved it. It had a lot of emotion to it. I mean, I almost cried during parts. I mean, rewatch, you just even think about some of the scenes. They really bring me on the brink of it being really beautiful motivations behind these characters. It's a real human story. Really estimates the value of Captain America in today's society, and it's a human story between him and the Winter Soldier himself.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it really goes to show you how strong this movie. I know you're pissed off at me that this isn't on my top 20.
That's a little.
It almost made it. It almost made it. It would definitely be in my top 22 or 23. So it was very much on the cusp there. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I just have so much more of a personal attachment to Guardians of the Galaxy. That movie just means.
Now, don't get me wrong, man.
Way much more to me on a personal level.
AdvBlueDude's also a little peeved. Put it on there.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, he doesn't really care. Never mind. But Kevin Smith has a quote for this movie. He says that I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. He compares it to All the President's Men. He says this is the All the President's Men of superhero movies. So I don't know if you've seen that movie, but apparently it's a good
haven't.
So I haven't seen it myself either, but it sounds like it's a good comparison. Also, I think Rob Redford might be in that movie too. So the point is, yeah, I think it's really good film. I love Guardians to pieces too, but I think if I had to weigh all the great superhero movies we got this year, if I had to rank as much as I love Guardians, and I truly do love Guardians, I think Captain America's on paper and everything comparatively is the better movie. I
totally understand. Like I said, it's just I'm like, whenever I do lists like this, whether it be like a top movies of the year or whether it be like a whatever random subject we cover on like a List Mania episode, it's like I always go for my personal favorites, and like I said, I'm like Guardians of the Galaxy totally defined my whole year on a personal level.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
I will never forget that movie.
Likewise.
So I just don't have the same personal connection to Captain America that I do with Guardians.
There's one last thing on Captain America, just to basically sum up my feelings on this. Just the worst thing I can say, the only actual gripe, the reason that Guardians has like Ronan's kind of the low point of that movie at times.
Oh, I agree.
But the only bad thing,
I don't think Ronan's enough to make it any sort of a major drawback.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not holding Ronan against me. I'm just saying it's really hard to look for weak spots within these two movies. That's what I'm saying. Because I like Ronan in comparison to Malekith, but we're not getting into.
Oh, absolutely! Oh god! Yeah. Ronan is definitely he's like freaking Loki compared to that. Yeah.
My point is. My point is just the Captain America Winter Soldier. The only complaint I actually have, it's such a minimal complaint, is that I don't like the stealth shield paint. It has a story reason to it too. So it's a personal taste issue even. So I got nothing against Captain America in terms of gripes or anything. It's a great movie. I love it to pieces. Moving on.
Okay. So I assume you didn't see Rio 2.
I did not see Rio 2, but one last good thing about Captain America 2, we got the Agent Carter show out of it, so is that good?
Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Okay,
so God's Not Dead, obviously, yeah. I just want to say it just has a ridiculous premise, because that is, like, the easiest freaking class ever, in terms of, like, hey, just openly declare that there is no God, even if you don't believe it, even if spiritually you don't believe it. That's such an easy A. It boggles my mind that premise exists. All right, anyways.
Oh wait, actually, sorry, real quick. Rio 2, one funny trailer moment of like the whole "You can call me sir" gag. That's all I wanted to say.
I didn't even see the trailer, so. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I like this movie.
It's funny because it caused such a giant goddamn train wreck for the studio, and yet I'm kind of right there with you. I don't love it. I wouldn't say I love it, but I definitely don't think it's a bad movie. Honestly, I might even consider it my second favorite Spider-Man movie.
I wouldn't say
might
that. I
even-
don't think it's that good.
Can you talk?
What? No.
Well, for now. Oh, well, no.
I'm only in your head.
I'm sorry, are you back?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Oh, sweet.
Do we want to circle back before we talk about Spider-Man? You want to just...
No, whatever you
finish up?
guys want. It's up to
Okay,
you.
I don't know how long you're available for. That's the reason.
Oh, I'm fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Really quick, just Muppets. I gotta go over your opinion about Muppets.
That's a great movie. I wouldn't say it's better than the 2011 one.
I disagree.
It's all subjective, but that's a great movie. It's the songs are absolutely amazing, especially the first song. Not the cameo. Well, the cameos too. The cameos and the human actors.
I think there are too many cameos in the Most Wanted.
I think the cameos in the first movie are definitely better. I'll give you that.
So do I.
Christoph Waltz is hilarious, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best gig ever.
The human actors are really good.
Yes.
The comedy was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this isn't the end of the Muppets.
I have
unfortunately.
I got a bad feeling
Yeah.
they're too caught up in Marvel and Star Wars right now.
So do I, especially since this was kind of it wasn't a flop, but it didn't do well.
It was kind of a flop.
I mean, it was damn close, but I wouldn't call it a flop.
Yeah.
It wasn't John Carter, but it was close.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah,
let's circle back to Budapest. Let's circle back to Budapest. AdvBlueDude, you want to start?
This is number 2 on my list.
Okay. Okay.
I'm conflicted as I'm not sure if this is the best Wes Anderson movie.
I certainly don't feel that way.
I know you don't feel that.
I think, if anything, I think this is the equivalent to Wes Anderson's best of album. Like, the greatest hits album.
I think it's a culmination of everything he's been working towards until now, but it's much more than a best of.
Okay, yeah. Oh, boy.
Well, it's definitely worth its Oscar nomination, I'll give it that.
Most definitely, absolutely.
I was extremely happy for it, however,
What?
I just think Moonrise Kingdom blows it out of the water. And I think that all the Oscar nominations it got are kind of compensation for the fact that Moonrise Kingdom got so snubbed.
Well,
so
the Oscars
that's where I'm
unfamiliar to doing that.
Yeah,
The movies are so similar and dissimilar at the same time, and I really think that...
in terms of what movie I think is the better movie, there's no contest. I think Moonrise Kingdom is freaking brilliant. It's fantastic. It was my favorite movie of 2012 by a country mile. I just don't think... Budapest definitely has a lot of stuff going for it. It's way... I mean, Willem Dafoe just leaves such an incredible trail of violence throughout the whole thing. It's glorious.
I really think that he took what he did with Moonrise Kingdom because, even though Wes Anderson has a very specific style, Moonrise Kingdom has even...
Wes Anderson might have one of the most specific styles in the history of Hollywood.
No, he does, but even though Wes Anderson already has a specific style, Moonrise Kingdom has even more of a specific style in spite of that specific style. And I really think that Grand Budapest Hotel took that specific style of Moonrise Kingdom and upped it more and kind of perfected it.
I'll give it that. There are certainly a lot of memorable set pieces to it. I mean, it was definitely one of the most fun theater experiences I've had because, I remember when the sled chase happened or the toboggan chase or whatever, and it was so obviously low budget but so charmingly low. The audience just cracked up. The audience just could not get it. The whole audience just started just belly laughing at that point. I think the prison breakout scene is honestly probably one of the more memorable prison breakout scenes.
I love the Scar guy, the Scar prisoner guy.
Yeah,
right.
Harvey Keitel.
Keitel was awesome.
Yeah. No. I think Moonrise Kingdom of the two had the better one shot. because
the opening shot.
the opening
Yeah.
house scene is fucking incredible.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
also,
Oh yeah.
Wes Anderson playing with aspect ratios is incredible as well, but in a much different way. So both movies are absolutely incredible.
Ray
And I'm not
Fiennes
sure.
was fantastic.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I honestly think. I think Moonrise Kingdom has a better ensemble cast because I think one of my big problems with Budapest is it's like, oh, hey, there's Edward Norton, but instead of playing an awesome, really well-realized character, he's kind of an extended cameo.
Well, I liked Edward Norton in that movie, though.
So did I. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's bad. He's Edward Norton. He's great in everything he does.
But not to the
saying-
actors on set, though.
I'm just saying he just blew me away with his role in Moonrise Kingdom.
Mm.
And I'm not saying every role has to be that, but I don't know.
Ray Fiennes should have
Ray
been
Fiennes, I
nominated.
definitely think is probably, out of the two movies, he's probably the best performance in either of the two movies.
Definitely.
I think without him in this movie, this film kind of crumbles without him.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
it does.
that.
Well, I mean, I think
No,
you need him
go as
for
far
the.
as to say that, yeah.
Well, I mean, you need him obviously to set up the structure of the film. So I'm saying without him, you couldn't get the ground up to run without him in the movie. So you definitely he served a very important part of the movie.
Oh yeah, no, he did definitely.
He was integral, I guess that's the word.
But I think
Integral.
more importantly, I just don't think anyone but Ray Fiennes could have pulled it off. And oh my god, it's such a unique character.
Mm.
AdvBlueDude, I think you definitely think one of the bigger snubs, in spite of the fact that this movie got an incredible amount of nominations. Wes Anderson, his first directorial nomination. How incredible is that?
That makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Best Picture, which I just did not see coming.
Neither did I. Actually, I mean, I hoped, but I didn't think it was going to happen. Just
You know
Yes,
who his
yeah.
directing competition is? Like any big names?
He's not gonna win. He's not gonna win.
You never know. He won the Golden Globe, though that doesn't mean much, but still.
Well, Argo won, so anything's possible.
Don't you dare mention that in my presence.
Oh,
Who's he up
don't
against?
like Argo either?
No, I like Argo.
What?
I like Argo, but I'm not saying it's the best. It's like
Did you say
huge
fuck
improvement.
Argo?
What?
I said fuck no.
Oh,
Don't you mean Argo something or other?
Yeah,
I think Argo is really overrated. I
so
definitely
do I.
deserve
Yeah,
to
I
win.
mean,
Best Picture all. I think it's fucking atrocious that it won Best Picture.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I didn't think it was spectacular.
Yeah,
It was the most
yeah,
Hollywood movie. And I don't mean that as a compliment.
it was like the definitive 7 out of 10 movie of that year.
Yeah.
I mean, good for Ben Affleck for winning, but maybe
yeah.
not the most well deserved, I guess. It's good, but it's not great. I mean, it's not fantastic.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Wes
compared to
Anderson's-
Grand Budapest Hotel, no contest if I were to compare them, but
Yeah.
No, Wes Anderson's up against some good people. He's up against the guy who directed I believe he's up against the guy who directed Foxcatcher, whose name I've forgotten for some reason.
But I really do. I think
He's-
Foxcatcher really fell flat for me personally.
So do I, but yeah.
I mean, that was one of the movies I was most looking forward to all year too. So that was a big
Yeah.
disappointment. I mean, Channing Tatum did really good. We'll talk about it, but
Yeah.
shoot, who else? Can you look up the nominees really quick? Who else?
well, I
is
mean, we don't need
Yeah. No, I can pull it up. It'll only take a second. Stall.
Okay. Well,
So the
just
sets
really
were
quick,
beautiful.
I just think the look of the movie is just incredible.
Yeah, you're
and
right. The look is great.
and just the models, the dollhouse element, the colors. It's just you could just eat it up. It's like candy.
I love the sincerity in Fine's performance. That you get a sense that he does care about these people, and he does care about his profession very deeply.
Yeah, definitely.
One issue though. Well, I do have an issue with it though.
Oh,
I
sure, go ahead.
don't like the structure of the opening and the closing. I don't like.
I agree with you. It's a
I
little
love Tom.
complicated.
I love Tom
Yeah.
Wilkinson, but I don't think he belongs in the movie. Like, the whole awkward.
I think that could have been cut out entirely, and it would
Just-
have made it a better movie.
Yeah, start with Jude
The
Law.
opening?
Just he's there.
Yeah.
Just
I
open with Jude Law.
absolutely love the opening and closing.
Well, I mean, it's
Oh,
not
okay,
as a
okay.
scene itself. It's not bad. I just don't think you need it. I think it's something that could easily.
Do you
be
think
cut out.
it's like integral to the movie?
No, definitely not. But I really like
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all. I mean,
No, yeah,
it's
it'd
not
be
bad.
kind of like a good short film in its own right. You
Yeah.
know, kind of a good, in a way, kind of like how Darjeeling Limited had a short prequel film attached to it where Jason Schwartzman meets up with his girlfriend, and that kind of lingers its way through. I think maybe it would have served its purpose a little better in that regard. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, like, I like it, though, because it eases you into the world of the movie. Because first you start out in modern times, 1980s, in
Sure.
the modern aspect ratio, and then it goes back to, I believe, the 60s. Where,
60s.
Jude Law's there for like 2 seconds, and F. Murray Abraham's there.
Yeah.
And
he was good in the movie.
He was good.
He was great.
And they do their thing, and that's in a different ratio.
I love the scene where he almost cries in the soup. I love that. Well, he even cries during dinner when he's talking about his wife.
Yeah. No, I just like the way it plays with the aspect ratios. But the directors, it's Alejandro de Iñárritu for Birdman, Boyhood, Richard Linklater, Foxcatcher, Bennett Miller, Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson, and Morton Tildum for The Imitation Game.
Okay, I definitely think I think it's between the director of Birdman and Linklater. Like, honestly, I think it's a two-horse race. I'd love to. Don't get me. No one would be happier but me to see Wes Anderson pull it out. I would be thrilled. But I definitely think it's a two-horse race.
Sounds like Birdman's going to win. I think Birdman's going to win.
Probably, but yeah, I wouldn't count Linklater out though, because Linklater did have a pretty people are really going nuts over Boyhood and the achievement that film did. So, anyways, can we move on from Budapest?
Sure, Amazing Spider-Man 2. So just real quick, I gotta just Amazing Spider-Man 2. I liked it the best. Believe me, like any movie, movies like this or like RoboCop, I go in the first view and I like them a lot more than rewatch. As much as I still do like Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I do realize yes, there are some problems with it. Electro, as much as I want to cut him some slack, but really he's a problem with the movie.
I like Electro.
I like him. No, I like him, just not the third act with him. I think the third act with him is very weak. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm with him.
I
can cut him slack until the third act because he gets a little less interesting in the third act. There's no resolution for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the acting's sublime in the movie. A lot of plays. Obviously the Andrew Garfield. Amazingly, Spider-Man leaped off the page for this movie. I love. I
agree. I definitely agree. I mean, honestly, I think I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's as good as Spider-Man 1 because Spider-Man 1 just established a lot of things in the genre that are really important. But I'd say I like this one a little bit better than the original Amazing Spider-Man.
That's fair. It's fair. I mean, the costume obviously looked better. A lot of production design and the sets, and I think overall the look of the film's a lot better than the other ones. Like, it's a little more colorful and so on. Yeah,
and you're right. Garfield it's definitely the closest thing we've come to the comic book in terms of just jokiness and and snappy dialogue and all that.
This was the perfect Spider-Man on screen. Basically, the best thing I can say about this movie, just real quick, is so we don't go on too long about it. Just overall, it embodies what I love about the superhero on film. That really almost. I'm not saying I was brought to tears in the movie. It just really hit home with me. It's like it's Spider-Man when he walks the kid home from being bullied. That's beautiful. And there's one moment. The ending bit is great. I know a lot of people are up in arms because the marketing killed this movie. I want to make that clear. Marketing killed this movie.
Oh, I fucking boycotted seeing it.
We don't need to go into it.
I boycotted seeing this movie in theaters because of the marketing.
Marketing killed it. Yeah. We don't need to go into it. But however, there's one simple bit that really just brings a smile on my face how great it is because of the build up to it. As Spider-Man's been gone for a while, and after he's grieving over the obvious loss we were sold in the trailer. By the end, the kid stands up to the Rhino, and this is the bit that gets me, is when you hear the webs shooting the thwip, and you see the cop below just give a smile like, oh, he's back. That's the moment that gets me, like, oh, like the Spider-Man moments when he's just being heroic.
Right,
those are the moments that make me say, no, there is no possible way it's going to be an entirely bad film. This is there's too much good for this movie. It's like RoboCop.
I agree. I totally agree.
It's like there's too much good for it to be bad necessarily, and just again, the villains are kind of the weak part of the movie, and they squeeze a little too much in. That's all the bad things I can say about it.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
So let's move on to you guys are probably going to be a little bit surprised by this, but out of all the movies that I've seen this year, Godzilla, it might not be the worst, but it was by far the most disappointing and the most just...
Wait, where are you seeing Godzilla? Not nuts.
I went down a little bit because there's not really
it's
a
a
lot
film.
of...
Well, you missed X-Men. And you missed May. Yeah.
How dare you?
Oh,
I
I'm
did
sorry.
miss X-Men.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Tiki, my apologies. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry.
I mean, do you really want to talk about, like, fucking A Haunted House 2? Brick Mansion?
No. Sorry. Did you guys see $1 Million Arm or no?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, Godzilla. I'm sorry, Godzilla. Yeah.
Okay, Godzilla, I mean, just
You got a bad layout here. I'm sorry.
my quick 30-second review of Godzilla, it's what everyone says. It's like, as soon as Bryan Cranston died, all the air just deflated from it. Like, I have never experienced a more disappointing... Like, I went to I don't know if it was... I don't think it was a midnight showing. I think it was the 10 a.m. or the 10 p.m. showing on Thursday. I was so jacked up for this movie. This was my most anticipated movie of the year. It makes me terrified for Jurassic World, that Jurassic World's going to turn out the same way. I was just crushed. I was crushed at this. This really let me down.
I was a little nicer to it because I think I was the target audience. I was like the guy who I knew a little bit of Godzilla, so the general gist of it. I was like more easily pleased.
And I'm not
Godzilla.
like a super Godzilla fan. I'm more of a Jurassic Park fan, and Gareth Edwards was hyping up the fact that this was going to be a lot like Jurassic Park, and it fucking wasn't at all.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Jurassic Park has likable characters, and this had nothing.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. I mean, this film kind of the same thing as like in films I was mentioning.
This film
like,
had about 2 minutes worth of cum shots. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to say a movie's good based on cum shots.
Whoa.
Why would you describe? Why you describe
We're
it like
talking
that?
about Godzilla, not...
That's exactly
porn.
what it is. It's a
No,
cum shot.
No,
No,
Tiki's talking about
That's what I'm
Godzilla.
talking about.
Starring Ron Jeremy.
Don't.
No, I'm sorry. As cool as the moment was in the theater, and I'm not going to deny it was awesome. I'm not going to deny it was awesome, but the moment where Godzilla breathes the fire down the guys, it's a cum shot.
He came in like a wrecking ball and stole our hearts.
Shut up.
Don't
Shut
even
up.
joke about that. Don't even joke.
But, what am I going to say? Yeah, I was okay with Godzilla. The only thing I didn't like is that they hyped up Rodan, and Rodan ended up being a Mutos, which isn't even a thing. But, I'm much more excited for the second one, because, like, first of all, like, Godzilla isn't about the characters, it's about the monsters. It's monster
I
movie.
agree with you, but goddamn it, it's like that trailer.
Well, yeah, but...
I was more excited about seeing Bryan Cranston. I was genuinely stoked that we were going to get, like, some actual interesting human characters. And don't tell me Godzilla's not all about the monsters, because a lot of those Japanese movies have really charming characters in them.
Well, I mean, like, the main point of Godzilla in the first place was to be an allegory for the...
That doesn't mean you can't have good characters involved.
Well,
Look
no,
at
but
Animal
it's more
Farm.
about
Animal
the
Farm has
monster.
good characters. It's
Allow me.
Did you say Animal Farm?
yeah.
And George Orwell Animal Farm.
Yeah.
The book about animals.
What?
It's an allegory, and I think the
Well, yeah.
characters in that are really memorable.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, Godzilla's a memorable character, and that's the point I'm trying to make. The movie's called Godzilla.
Aaron Taylor Johnson was awful.
He was okay.
He wasn't that. He was
He was
okay.
fucking awful. I
He
hated him.
wasn't awful.
Okay.
I'm a bomb disarming expert. Guess what I'm gonna do in the third act? Because my whole character is that I disarm bombs. Guess what I'm gonna do in the third act, guys? You think I'm gonna disarm a bomb? Maybe. I don't know. That's my character.
Well,
I'm kind of sad that my dad died. That kind of bums me out. I'm gonna save a kid. That's gonna.
Okay, allow me to mediate. Give some thoughts so we can close this out. Okay, let me mediate here for a brief.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Okay. I'm sure.
I am much more excited for the sequel because the sequel is actually bringing in monsters.
Yes.
I am. Yeah, I agree with you.
Are they going with Monster Island as the title?
With open arms.
I don't believe so, but there is going to be King Ghidorah. There's going to be Mothra, and there's going to be Rodan.
That's good.
And that makes me happy.
Yes. Anyway, but I mean, overall, I'm kind of.
I'm almost sorry, Blue Dragon. I'm almost kind of worried that that's too much for one movie.
No, it's not.
I am concerned that it is, but
They've
that's
done
a
it
different
before.
argument.
I just hope the way they get there is like just.
Yeah, but you have to establish all the characters first. That's what I'm worried about because
are
Mothra and King
established.
Ghidorah. Reestablish them, dude. Because
Well, I
it's
know.
not going to be exactly the same as it is in the Japanese movies.
Well, I mean, really, like, the only real story thing is that Mothra was a bad guy, and then she became a good guy.
Yeah, but she's got the whole island and everything, and
Well, like, they don't need to talk about that.
whatever. Okay.
They don't need to explain everything.
BlueDragonFive, just close us out.
All right. Just the media again. I can't, a little more of a little bit more open. I like how I respected that they had they kind of blended some of the elements of Godzilla. So it was a bit of the first movie with the ground perspective from the people. That was a good move. I was surprised that they went the more like how the latter Godzilla half, where he's more of a hero. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And the actors, well, most of them, while they were in there, before Cranston dies, and we got Sato from Inception, Ken Watanabe.
I
And
think he
there
was
is
criminally underused.
Yes, exactly. So I
Definitely.
would bet you money that he's going to be used in the sequel more. Like he's going to be visited.
I very much hope so.
Probably.
But anyway, so just real quick, it's overall, yeah, you're right. When we do have Godzilla in there, he's great, but he doesn't earn his own name in the movie. Unfortunately, he's not in it that much. So that is definitely a flaw with it. However, I do like kind of the Jaws-like build in places for him. But
It is
I
good.
like-
I think the train scene is probably the strongest scene in the movie.
yes.
Yeah.
Had Cranston been in it more, obviously, would have been better.
Had Cranston been in it more, it could have very well been in my top 20.
Certainly.
Like, that's the big difference. You know what I
There's
mean?
we need both Godzillas. We need the Cranston Godzilla of awesomeness, and we need Godzilla himself in the movie more. To put it simply, he's gonna send us back to the Stone Age, Jesse.
Crossover.
Pretty much. And sorry, AdvBlueDude, you were saying?
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I like the Jaws-like build, and you can really see how influenced Edwards is by Spielberg. But at the same time, he took it way too far, unbelievably too far.
But hopefully, the sequel will make things a little better, But overall,
Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad movie. Just think it could have been stronger.
Oh no, it wasn't at all.
Yeah. It's just disappointing to some and less disappointing to others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Okay.
All right.
It was a good foray, like a starting foray into the Godzilla verse revisit.
Oh, definitely was, and it was a hell of a lot better than the bullshit one from the 90s.
Obviously.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, it's a step in the right direction.
And now Toho's bringing it back.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Oh, are they
so-
really?
Yeah, they are.
Well,
Yeah.
how can they not?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk. We could go on a lot,
Sure,
but
sure,
let's
sure.
really quickly. Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, really good movie.
Yeah. We did a full podcast about it. Look it up.
Anyone want to jump in real quick?
I think that, obviously Quicksilver just literally just ran away with the whole thing.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's gonna have to work really hard to top that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. That's what was going through my head. I was like, oh man,
And he can do it. I'll give him credit. I think he can do it.
I think the goal is to just make it a completely different thing. Make it as far away from a funny character as possible.
Well, he looks like the comics Quicksilver. So, I mean, definitely visually they're going to be distinct, and this one's more of a younger, funny. So I'm sure there's going to be interesting stuff with them in the Avengers. The point is, X-Men Days of Future Past, really cool idea. I was expecting a little bit more of like the present, like 3 timelines, but no, they sold me on just like the future and the past. And the past stuff was really great. Visually, looked fantastic. Even like even the subtle touches, like Mystique's makeup's now a little more blue. They've taken the chance to revisit the X-Men universe, fix all the. Obviously, they couldn't fix every problem, but they did a really good job, at least making you forget about the problems, just selling on this great new version you're getting, and kind of resetting the universe and retooling it to a really it revitalized the X-Men franchise, which is a franchise I was always a little bit of trouble with, which I was satisfied with this movie.
Peter Dinklage is like a real standout.
Of course. And Dinklage was awesome. I mean, Dinklage is one of his actors. He acts the heck out of the room,
Oh yeah. AdvBlueDude, did you see this?
I haven't. I've been meaning to.
Well, tell you what, they're a word for really a really good movie, and again, Hugh Jackman. He was also all the acting was fantastic in the movie. I'm trying to think if there's any weak points that we're not addressing.
Honestly, Honestly,
I'm trying to remember.
one of the weak points for me, and one of the reasons why it's down on my top 20, I mean, it's on my top 20, but it's not very far, is I don't particularly think it's as rewatchable as you would think.
I don't know. I rewatched it a few times. It seems to be really like basically the thing that sells me on is like once you get into the past, you start intercutting in the third act. That's when it really gets.
I
me
guess,
really
but personally for me, I just like. I think the theater experience, there's just, I don't know. It's good, though. It's good. It's fine.
Yeah, it makes you interested in the X-Men.
It's one of those movies where it's like, it's just kind of goes to show you how strong the year is, the fact that this movie almost didn't even make the top 20.
The message of hope and change is really strong in the film. I think that's really what carries it into being a good film. With just those moments of like when you're really dreading the fates of the characters, like, oh no, I hope they make it out. So I hope something nothing bad to these because I care about them. I think that's really what strengthens the film. It's a story about like these two friends getting together to save another friend. Really, at the bottom of like it's basically just all around. It's just friendship is a big theme of the movie.
Yeah, sure.
And it's really powerful.
Okay. How to Train Your Dragon 2. Fantastic film. Fantastic movie.
Very great movie. Just them advancing the characters, making these little updates and so on and so forth. Like Hiccup. I love Hiccup in his new kind of Batman-ish costume. Not
it's
Batman,
great.
But,
yeah, Hiccup is one of the most interesting animated characters of the past decade.
He's developed so well. I was almost a little worried going into it. It's like those last minutes of panic before a movie comes out, and it's like, oh man, I hope the trailers haven't given everything away. But no, thankfully they didn't. Like all the surprises in this movie. I'm sorry, AdvBlueDude, have you seen this movie?
No, I have not.
Just let me say, all the surprises in this movie really just it's jaw dropping. You're thrilled. You're in the adventure. It's visually stunning. It's one of the best. I will say this as great as Lego Movie is. This one, it's one of the best anime movies of this year. It's hard for me. It's like apples and oranges comparing the two in terms of the animation.
This and the Lego Movie are very close on my list. Both of them are on the top 10, but this is higher.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
and honestly, the reason this is higher is that I think the death in this movie is the most memorable death in an animated movie since Mufasa.
It's big.
Hands freaking down. Hands down.
And they finally, well integrated. DreamWorks has upped their game so much to the point where it's like, I'll use my metaphor in a second here, but just they've upped the animation to like they're using a motion capture that is very well integrated. So it's like capturing the movements perfectly. For animation, the textures, it's down again. I love Hiccup. I'm a big gadget guy. Hiccup's gadgets, the advancement of the universe. So they put a lot of thought into this movie. I'm very excited to see it through. And the best way I can tell anyone to describe this movie, the reason it's so great, is watching this movie. I have the feeling. I can only describe this feeling to you. It's like the feeling when I was a kid. It's like kind of that Ratatouille moment. It's like the Ratatouille moment where I get the sense of like when I was a kid watching Toy Story 2, like one of the best sequels. That was my first Pixar film experience. That feeling of like going into a sequel, this universe, and it's like DreamWorks is now starting to hit that with Kung Fu Panda 2 in this movie. Of like their sequels are starting to give that familiarity sense of like you're on an adventure with these guys and you're gripped by the trials your characters are going through. These familiar characters, you want them to make it out okay. That's a mark of a good sequel. That it just brings me back to that nostalgic place of caring and just wanting everything to turn out well. And of course, there's going to be some dark stuff in a sequel that's going to be hopefully work out in the end. It leaves you wanting more. That's a mark of this movie.
And of course, I think the animation is absolutely fucking jaw-dropping.
It is. I mean, the flying.
Oh my god!
If you think how can they improve the flying? It's like
and just all the different dragons. Like there's points where there's literally hundreds of different dragons on screen.
Now, to be fair, the ending some people feel might be a bit of a cop-out. Well, they have a plan though, so I'm going to give them credit. See what they do with the third one.
I thought it was fine. I
thought it was also fine. I'm just addressing not the elephant. I'm addressing like the consent, so like the devil's advocate. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I think it's a really special animated movie. I think it's an animated movie that goes back to the way that animated movies should be, and not just like. I mean, I'm sorry. I love the Lego Movie, but I almost kind of worry that the Lego Movie is going to start another trend of not taking animated movies seriously, like Shrek did, kind of.
I would dream that Lego Movie sequel, which they do have in the works, is going to be as good as this sequel. That'd be a perfect dream world, but we'll see. But again, just this movie is Toy Story 2 for DreamWorks. So we're in the direction of DreamWorks sequels now being like, well, I mean, like there were 2 sequels nowadays. Like before, I'm not counting the Madagascar ones at this moment, but you know what I mean. It's like getting to that moment where a sequel, they're doing it for a reason, which is what Pixar did, and that's the reason it worked out well. So hopefully, with these plans they have laid out, they're going to pay off. Because unfortunately, the snub is that DreamWorks did not make a lot of money with this film as anticipated, but they're still doing a third one, and because they're smart, hopefully.
I'm so glad of that. I'm so glad. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we got to wait till like 2017 for it, but hopefully it's going to be worth the wait. I'm just imagining what they're going to do with the animation by that point. Like, it astounds me. Like, how can they push it?
I know.
They have a plan. They worked out 2 and 3 when they were working on 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for it. Okay, and Adventure Blue, anything to add, like trailers, anything you've seen of it, or?
I mean, I don't really have anything to add about this. No.
Okay. Now Adventure Blue, dude. This is our big conversation. Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
So, I'd say, like, are you a little bit higher on it than I am?
I'm not sure. It's okay, but there's a lot of missed opportunities.
Like a lot. We kind of talked about this before, but it's like just the way that the final ending goes down is just really rushed and doesn't make much sense.
It is. I mean, like, they miss so much in the story because DuPont was this paranoid schizophrenic, and the way the film portrays it is that
he's just kind of like an obsessed creeper.
Yeah, the way the movie portrays it is that Channing Tatum goes away because he's sick of him. Mm-hmm. Then DuPont says, "Okay, I'm gonna watch the documentary made about me. Okay, this is a nice documentary. I'm gonna go take a drive with a gun." So he goes to take a drive down the street, and he's like, "Hey, Mark Ruffalo," the chest, and drives away.
That's literally about as casual as it goes down.
Where do you go but the storm?
Like, you're not even exaggerating.
There's so much they could have done, and they could have utilized Steve Carell so much more because DuPont is a paranoid schizophrenic. They didn't even talk about it. Right. And I'm like, why the fuck would you not even talk about it? Because that is integral to the story as to why he killed this man.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Steve Carell's great, but yeah, he could have been so much more if it was written a little better too. Yeah. Channing Tatum's excellent.
Oh, Channing Tatum's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I am totally on board the Channing Tatum train now. I think he's like in a Brad Pitt. I'm not saying he's as good as Brad Pitt, but I think he's in that kind of caliber of actor where it's like he just seems like kind of like a meathead on the surface, but really he's got a lot of talent.
He seems like a really nice guy too.
I'm
looking forward to him playing Gambit. I want to see what he's going to do with it.
At first, I was kind of pissed about Gambit, but after this, I'm down.
Remember, he's going to be playing a younger Gambit too. Well, not young, but he's yeah, he has gotten better over the years, from what I can gather.
Oh yeah.
So blended. Let's just say, obviously we didn't see because it's an Adam Sandler movie, but I can just say this looking just in the trailer and everything. Just has the worst title of any Adam Sandler film because it looks like it has absolutely nothing to do with things. Blended. They're in Africa. That's the only reason it's called Blended. That's stupid.
Yeah. All right.
It'll be right. Okay. Did you guys want to mention anything about Edge of Tomorrow or?
I think it's by far the most overrated movie of the year.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it and
kind of cool, but I didn't really care about it.
I saw it and I was like, okay, that was like kind of a mildly enjoyable action movie with a mildly enjoyable, like, interesting little gimmick to it. All right,
I like the getting shot gimmick. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, there's a point. I really like that gimmick at first. There's a point in the movie near the second act, or kind of like in the middle of the second act, where they just stop doing that for a while. And I think it completely kills the pace of the whole thing. It stopped dead in its tracks for me. And for that reason, it just did not do anything for me, really.
Have you seen Angriest Man in Brooklyn?
No.
That's a shame, because it looks like Robin Williams is in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about Maleficent?
Too.
Oh, yeah.
And and James Earl Jones, good cast.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah. Okay, really quickly, anything about Maleficent? I've still yet to see it.
I got nothing on. I haven't seen it, so I mean, she looked okay.
AdvBlueDude, did you see
it?
it?
He's not here, Tiki. He's gone right now.
Oh, he's not?
He'll be back, but
oh.
Well, actually now he's here. Okay, AdvBlueDude, my thoughts on Maleficent. Thinks he's got his tongue right now.
Oh, really?
No, it's the figure suit. He actually look in the box.
It won't happen again, I assure you.
Okay, thoughts on Maleficent?
On Maleficent? I didn't see it, but I heard that it was bad, and it looked bad.
Monkey said he could see where the potential was, but it just did not live up to it at all.
So can I? I can also see where the Tim Burton was as well. Just going by the trailers.
Yeah.
The music was kind of good in the trailer.
Oh yeah, it really was. The music was great.
Yeah. Okay.
Million Ways to Die in the West. I got stuff to say on this one.
Underrated.
Yes. Definitely not as bad as reported. It's great because they hated on this movie.
Yeah.
Now, I think I'm the. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I am a Seth MacFarlane fan. Yes, I do have some sort of bias, but I think I'm the best one to give because I realize nowadays he's not doing the best of work. So I think I'm a fair judge on this. Okay. I think Million Ways to Die in the West, yes, it is underrated. It has good stuff to it, but obviously it's not Ted. It's not as good as Ted, and hopefully Ted 2 will be better than this movie. But
I think it's really unfair to hate this movie just because it's not as good as Ted. I think that's really freaking unfair.
Yes,
I also think a lot of people are trying to compare this to Blazing Saddles.
Which again is unfair.
Oh no, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No, Blazing Saddles is literally one of the most iconic comedies of all time.
Yeah.
Now here are the legitimate gripes against the film. The reason the film the weak points. It's a lot of the bits could have been trimmed. It goes a little too dirty in places. Like they could have easily stripped some stuff, like the sheep's peeing gag. Hey, that's the one gag. I'll give them passes on everything else. Just that one's just silly to me. Like that's like going too far. You don't need to. Like it's the most cliche gag, and then he goes into graphic detail on it. Like I'll give him the hat poo. I just won't give the sheep. Oddly enough, the best element I can say of this movie is not exactly in the comedy. Again, there's a really good cast on it, really good cast in the movie. And the best element of this movie, I can say, is I love the romantic love story between him and Charlize Theron. I really love that dynamic.
No, it was good.
That's my favorite part of the movie. I think it's really good, and it's. Again, I like the movie. I
also was legitimately impressed how damn good this movie looks.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, they went to an actual Western town. Well,
right.
Western style. It's all practically done. Like there's some CG, mind you, in places, but it looks well integrated. Obviously, in the trip out sequence, there's some CG there. Yes. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to think if there's any other weak points. I haven't watched it in a while, but I have watched it a few times.
Yeah.
I've also watched the uncut version. The uncut version had some good gags, but obviously he'll point out that there were some gags that were cut for a reason.
I love Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson was awesome in the movie. Okay, I
love the moment during the dream scene where McFarlane Neeson is an eagle just comes soaring down and McFarlane has to punch him in the face.
Remember, he also has to kick him in the balls, the eagle balls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was a bit much, but it's funny. It's
but I just love the image of Liam Neeson screaming in the face of an eagle.
Okay, I remember the big weak point in the movie. Okay, here's the reason it actually is less good than Ted. It's a less caliber than Ted. It's because the gags that you just end, they don't really connect. Like we don't have any Flash Gordon gag. Like Doc Brown should have been a Flash Gordon type gag. They didn't do that. It's like we don't have like a running gag. Like the running gags are a little less in the movie. And there's when a gag ends, like in a trailer, you see a gag in a trailer, it doesn't connect to anything. It stops there. So you've seen everything. A lot of the gags in trailer, they don't connect or go into a bit. There's nothing extra added to it, which is a problem.
Sure.
So I think another final edit might have strengthened the movie more and made it better. I think it's the main thing of the movie, and just add a lot of great elements to it. I do like it myself as a Seth MacFarlane fan. I'm satisfied, but I just wish this effort was going into the series, but no. It makes me hopeful for Ted 2. It makes me hopeful for Ted 2. And again, this movie wasn't bad. It's hard to live up to Ted because Ted was awesome.
Sure,
And
definitely.
one last thing, just to defend it from anyone who says it really is bad, which, again, I think it's much. They on the commentary for Ted, they did say, it's only going to get worse from here because we can't top this. They literally said that, so don't expect better quality than this.
Oh, God.
I think they were joking, but still, hopefully Ted 2 will still be good.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
AdvBlueDude, did you want to weigh in on anything? Okay.
Can you not talk again?
Okay, he doesn't have anything to weigh in.
Oh.
So I guess we're moving on then. Okay, well, overall, I'd encourage everyone to check it out. It's definitely worth it.
You can't talk?
He's not happy. Well, you're not happy with the movie, or you're not happy right now? Sorry, we didn't offend you, did we? Right. Oh, okay. I think we're in the. Okay, thank you. So I guess we're moving on to the next category.
Okay. Yeah. 22 Jump Street.
You guys take. Well, you take this one.
I guess.
I'll translate for him as best I can. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, AdvBlueDude likes it.
Yeah. It's really good. I think it's the best. I think it's the best comedy of the year. Again, I think the chemistry between Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill is just amazing.
Definitely.
Ice Cube is incredible. I think the strongest point I can make about this movie is how they parody sequels. I think that is the reason why this movie is on my top 20, because I think this is like one of the most clever send-ups to sequels. You guys have to do the exact same shit again.
Bit of a Die Hard vibe I'm getting off of, like Die Hard 2, like if they point out, like, yeah, we're doing this again. Like how he says, again, that's like a bunch of like 2 gags, again, a little same situation on Christmas of all days.
Okay.
So I have shoes this time, that's good.
Yeah. Obviously, Transformers we didn't see.
I did not see it either. However, the trailer did look promising in comparison. It made me consider it because the trailer looked that good to me. Because Mark Wahlberg was in there.
Yeah, well, Mark Wahlberg's a step up from Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, exactly. Because now Shia LaBeouf's freaking crazy. But
I heard he was actually really good in Fury.
Well, I heard there was that, but he's also still freaking crazy in real life. Literally, he rented out a little store. Yes, he was. He was a little storage locker. People not touching him, showing him the Indiana Jones stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Me and my sister, we had a really funny conversation one time where, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay, you do that. Me and my sister had a really funny conversation one time where we hypothetically said, of course, this is never gonna actually happen, but we had a really funny conversation about, what if Shia LaBeouf played the Joker and he just turned out the most amazing fucking performance ever, and it was just, cerebral as hell. And he just channeled all his crazy energy into it, and just... it was just the most insane performance.
Well, I remember Kevin Smith said he speculated he was just this part of selling the movie because it was an indie movie, I believe, and also not the Warrior thing he did. The what's it called, the Fury?
Yeah, Fury's
Fury. Yeah.
Fury. He said he was doing kind of sell movies, the director or someone some reason they didn't sell a movie or something. He was acting out to get attention, pretty much, and. But to a degree, you can kind of see, because in interviews he's saying, "Oh yeah, I took my own tooth for the role."
Right.
So the point is, he maybe acting up. I think part of it is he actually is a little crazy.
A lot of people keep calling him a postmodern.
Psycho.
No.
I could dig that.
Why can't I think of I probably can't think of the word because it's 2 a.m.
Jesus.
What does Daniel Day-Lewis do? What kind of actor?
Method acting?
Yeah. You call it postmodern method acting.
Well, now the movie's over.
But yeah.
All right.
Now he's doing cage dances with girls or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's method acting.
Okay, so Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Well, I heard Jersey Boys was good. And Clint Eastwood.
I heard it wasn't good.
Oh, well, I mean, the trailers look good for it. Sorry, I meant...
I agree the trailers look good. I just heard from Brad that it wasn't good at all.
That's a shame, because Clint Eastwood's a good director.
Yeah.
I love
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Did you guys see this?
I wanted to, couldn't make it out there.
Eventually, dude.
Yes.
You did? Okay, cool.
What do you
It's
guys
really
think?
great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. Everyone says this, but I think it's some of the most revolutionary, visionary visual effects ever.
Really?
Like, I think this blows Avatar out of the fucking water when it comes to visual effects. I
Well, I
really
think
do.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 does that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's not the same thing, though, because
Okay, fair enough.
that's animated, but literally, like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, you're literally, like, you're watching it, and it's like, okay, I know, like, these aren't actual, like, monkeys. I know this isn't real, but goddamn, it looks real.
That Andy Serkis motion capture looks really good.
Right.
How was Gary Oldman? Was he good in the movie?
Yeah, he's really good.
He's really good. There's one moment in particular that's, like, kind of tear-jerking with him. You know what I'm talking about, right, AdvBlueDude?
I believe so, yes.
They knew we were coming!
I kind of feel like his character could have been given a little bit more to do, but
Yeah.
I think he definitely doesn't. He definitely isn't the asshole that he came across as in the trailer, which I think is kind of refreshing.
Yeah, he did look like the obligatory bad guy.
He wasn't. That's the thing.
That's
And
good.
Ape is the bad guy, and he's actually one of the more memorable bad guys that they
Remember, there's that really scary bit of like the monkey like playing around, then stealing the gun and shooting
That's
the
the
guys.
main bad guy. That's the main bad guy.
Yeah, he was the bad guy he was the bad monkey in the first one. Was that Idris Elba who experimented on him, or no? I can't remember who the actor was.
I don't know. I mean, I know Draco Malfoy fucking experimented on them.
I don't know. I remember like the bad. He was like the bad monkey at the start, beat up Caesar, and then became like subservient to him or something.
I mean, yeah, Caesar is like the main character in this, and he has like an incredibly compelling story arc.
I really want to see this movie.
I love how quiet it is, honestly. Like, especially for being labeled as a summer blockbuster.
It's really not. I mean, it's got the effects of one, but it's
really quiet and it's really subdued, and it's.
Wasn't Rise is kind of a quiet film in comparison to a summer blockbuster? The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I mean.
It was, but I think this movie absolutely blows Rises out of the water.
Oh, it does, yeah.
I think this is one of the biggest improvements in terms of the first movie to the sequel I've ever seen.
That movie's quiet as well, but it's nowhere near as quiet as this movie is.
Is there room for like this? Like welcome like another installment, or is it like no?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fuck yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
So you guys would want to see another one of these?
I can't wait. I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait for the third movie.
So there is something in the work. Do we know that, or are we?
Yes, absolutely. 2007. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. So let's see. Next up, what do we got? So Planes, Fire, and Rescue. Oh god.
That's the movie of the year.
Shut up.
Oh god. Okay, really quickly, did either of you actually see Angry Video Game Nerd movie?
I wanted to, actually, and had been meaning to.
BlueDragonFive.
No, I'll tell you this. No, but I mean, for a moment, I consider it's like one of those things. I would have watched Cinema Snob's movie if it like was available on his website to watch it before I bought it. So I didn't watch it yet. But it's like one of those things. If I could watch it first, I might buy it.
I hear you.
It's supposed to be really good. I've been following the production actually.
Yeah, it's like Kick-Ass. I watched that. I love it. I buy it. So I need something like that. I can get invested in one of those.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good too.
I'll tell you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I like his obsession with physical effects.
Yeah. Are there boxes in the movie?
I believe so, yes.
That's good. He likes boxes, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to see it, though, at some point.
I'll tell you a movie real quick. We got Glazer. I just hate the advertising for it. I hate Tammy because Melissa McCarthy a lot of times rubs me the wrong way, and this is one of those rules. Is like I just wanted to punch her. Not her, mind you, just the character. I want to punch her. The character in this and the character in Identity Theft. I just want to hit with a trigger.
Oh god, yeah, right. Okay, Guardians.
Well, what about 60? No, I'm kidding.
Oh god.
So we're on.
You spoiled my number one, BlueDragonFive. You spoiled my number one.
I mean, Cameron Diaz.
Oh, she got totally snubbed for Best Actress.
Well, I was thinking of best something else, but then never mind. What?
Okay, Guardians.
Oh, Guardians! Like, what can we not say about Guardians?
I don't even think anything needs to be said that hasn't been said already. Honestly.
Well, real quick, just sum it up. Let's just say this much: the trailer, basically, we were sold on the trailer of this movie being a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, it's amazing how marketing usually kills these movies, like Amazing Spider-Man. Marketing did nothing but help Guardians of the Galaxy and really influence the film. We could maybe speculate. The music in the movie really impacted. It sums up the way it is. It's like it's nostalgic. It's heartwarming with a lot of fun, and it's implemented extremely well in a really dazzling visual environment. Now, I remember my one comparison I wanted to say for is one statement.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is fantastic film. It's like, how can Marvel? It's a great opening act. In terms of it's a great movie. We're showing Marvel can do anything. They're in the sky right now. Like, how can we get there's sky high awesomeness right now? How can we get any high? Where can we go from here? Space. And we do, and it's fantastic. It's Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt, amazing. All our characters, amazing. Can't wait for more of it. James Gunn was a little bit of a long check as some of his films. Some of they're debatable whether people like him or not, but this one was a definite hit. It was awesome. He actually has a raccoon as a pet in real life. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
He does. That's hilarious. Maybe he was destined to do this movie. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And he says he has really different ideas for the sequel and for the future of this franchise. So we'll see where. I'm interested to see where he goes with it. He's not a guy.
Absolutely.
He's really subverting our expectations already. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with it further. But give me more Quill. I can't get enough of Quill.
Yeah.
Tiki and I have a bit of a man crush on Star-Lord. Sorry, folks, but we do. How can we not? Look at the guy. He's awesome. He's a red coat. He's got the the Sony Walkman. The first Marvel Sony crossover, by the way.
Oh God. That's
I wanted to point that out. Everyone forgets that.
I have a man crush on him, just specifically because of his man-child attitude about everything.
Man-child. If we thought Will Ferrell was great, the man-child, this guy, he's much better at it.
Michael Rooker from Walking Dead was my big surprise here. I totally didn't know he was going to be in the movie.
Actually, fun fact about that. He and James Gunn, they're real pals. He's in every one of his movies.
Actually, I knew that.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I knew that after I looked into it. Yeah.
Quill's mom. Actually, she was in the Captain America movie. She the actress was the first girl, the USO girl, asking for his autograph in the montage, and we love.
That's funny. Okay, AdvBlueDude, did you see this?
Yes.
Good.
What do you think?
No, it's a really great movie.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely one of the best Marvel movies, if not the best. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, I like Rowan. I think he's visually he's a really cool looking villain. Again, it could be a little more to him, but in comparison,
I definitely think there's moments where he's very intimidating, and I also think that what really saves him as a villain is that final scene.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The final stage is great.
That final scene really elevates everything.
Oh man, the best thing you and I discussed at length in our review of the thing. The emotion just hit us out of nowhere in this movie. We were expecting a fun ride, which we did get. Similar to the Lego movie, and Chris Pratt being our link here. But similar to the Lego movie, just going into this, we were expecting a fun adventure, which we got, and just those emotional moments they hit you out of nowhere. And right in the beginning of this movie. We instantly connect with Quill, and then just throughout the movie that seed in. Just in the end, there we get an amazing Spider-Man almost moment of reminding us of, oh man, this is our heroic heartwarming moment here of take my hand, Peter. Just and then that score. That score is so beautiful. Dun, 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 really cool.
And I think this is really one of the best uses of licensed soundtrack music ever.
Yes, and
ever.
Yeah, they did release a full soundtrack about the songs they were going to use, and some of them they had to delete. So that's available. They've released the names of that somewhere, on their Facebooks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess basically the best statement about this would be for Marvel. Marvel, if we thought they can do anything with this movie, they're pushing the boundaries with every movie. So they're doing. We thought this is hitting the top. Now they're tackling Ant-Man, they're tackling Inhumans, Captain Marvel. Who knows where it will end? They're doing Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Civil War. There's no limits. So the path Marvel they're cornering the market on superhero films. It's amazing.
They really are. They really are.
They're the blue meth of cinema right now. It's amazing. It's like the blue Infinity Gems. Anyway, the point is, it's amazing. Can't get enough. People watch this if you haven't already. If not, you're stupid. Go watch it now. Now.
Oh God. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Either of you see it?
No.
Looked semi-promising, but no.
I liked it.
I did not see it. Is it good?
I mean, I surprisingly liked it. Yeah, I don't get me wrong, it's not in my top 30 or anything like that. I mean, it's probably in my bottom 10 of the year, but still, it wasn't bad. It was surprisingly watchable. I think it's infinitely better than like a Transformers sequel. I think the pace is really good. It moves it, it's fucking 90 minutes instead of 2.5 hours. I mean, that right there. You know what I mean?
How's the look of the turtles go with the facial animation?
Yeah, one of the
the meanest comment.
Not so good.
I can tell you the meanest comment about it, and I'm just quoting. Do you want to kind of agree with it though? They do kind of look like Whoopi Goldberg.
But speaking of Whoopi Goldberg has a really standout role. She's really fun. Will Arnett plays Vern, and he's also really fun.
Isn't he supposed to be like there's a villain, mind you, I'm very unfamiliar with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But most I'm getting in right now is like I occasionally watch the cartoon show they got on now, Nickelodeon. The only thing Nickelodeon's doing right, it looks like. Well, now the core is gone. Like there's something like some bad guy, like he builds devices and stuff. He's the gadgeter bad guy. Stockman, Baxter Stockman. That's the character in the show.
Baxter Stockman.
Yeah,
that's who you're talking about. Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be Casey.
Well, no, this guy. Well, whoever I'm saying, Will Arnett was speculated to be that guy. Now, who is he in this movie?
He's a co-worker of April O'Neil's, and he was also in the comics. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I get.
I'm sorry, not the comic, the animated movie.
This would be a film. This is a film I kind of wish they'd pull a Godzilla kind of in terms of. Let me finish. in terms of like me being the target audience, I'm not really familiar with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This film I want to get into, like, I don't think it's gonna have like the Jim Henson Ninja Turtle vibe of it all. That sort of thing to get me into. Like that one looks a little more interesting, worth getting into. This one, not so much. Looks like they're just cashing in the trailers for it. So.
All right.
Doesn't look as fresh to get into, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean,
looks like it's obviously an obvious reboot that looks like it's not going to be that good to me.
I think that it was good enough to where I'm kind of looking forward to the sequel. I'll say that much.
They're doing a sequel?
Yeah, they're doing a sequel, and Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be in it.
So's Krang.
Really? Krang's going to be in it too?
Well,
have you not seen the concept art?
No, as far as I knew, only Bebop and Rocksteady were announced.
Well, I don't. It might just been for the first movie, but I've seen concept art for Krang and Bebop and Rocksteady.
Are they doing the squid inside the body?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Again, I know very little, but what I've seen in the cartoon pretty much, and that's looking at the cartoon. They have some cool ideas. I don't think I'm gonna get into it because it's a little too involved for me because I can only get into so much at the moment.
I hear ya.
I respect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles more than I have in recent years, you know?
Sure.
Cool ideas.
Okay. So next we have Birdman. Oh my freaking god.
What about Lucy? Did you see Lucy?
No, I didn't see Lucy.
Lucy looks good.
Birdman, wow. I am so glad I saw this movie a second time. I am so fucking glad I saw this movie a second time. Because the first time I saw it, I thought it was overrated. I thought it was overhyped. I thought it was fucking full of itself. I thought it was way too self-referential. Basically, all that went out the window on the second viewing because this might be the second most rewatchable movie of the year after Lego Movie because it is so fluid. The cinematography is amazing. Like, this is going to be a movie that fucking gets taught in film classes. I guarantee it. it's incredible. Jesus
I hear it's one continuous shot the
It
entire
is.
movie. Is that
It's
true?
4.
It's full. Okay.
Technically.
Yeah.
Well, fine. But the point is, various continuous shots.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this again. I haven't seen this, but unfortunately, I haven't because I missed it in theaters. If it comes back, I'll see it, or I'll wait for whenever I can watch it. But it looks. I wanted to watch it. I was
It's
debating.
great. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Michael. From what I hear, it's kind of parallel. It's like what I've been sold on it. Pretty much, it's basically Michael Keaton's kind of Batman experience, but kind of taken from like it's a real personal story, from what I hear.
Yeah, it is Michael Keaton's Batman experience, but I think it's a lot more than that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an actor in a role like that, and kind of the aftermath and stuff like that. Kind of, yeah. Sounds like it's good. I get just looking from what I heard about it. It sounds like a cinematic, like a film school experience, like you're saying. That sounds like a perfect description.
It's definitely I would be shocked if in 5 years this wasn't used as like an example in film schools.
How's Emma Stone in the movie? She's good.
Excellent.
She's good.
Yeah.
What about Edward Norton? He also good.
Edward Norton's fantastic. As always, really fantastic.
He's not in his underwear too much like Heisenberg level, is he?
No.
But I'm just saying the trailer.
It's only mostly just one scene.
Just saying looks like they're in underwear a lot in the trailers.
Honestly, Michael Keaton is in his underwear a lot more than Edward Norton is.
I'm saying both though. I'm just saying there's a lot of like men in underwear in the trailers. It looks like.
Zach Galifianakis actually might be the standout role in the whole movie. Believe it or not, he really. Yeah, believe it or not, he was really, really fucking good. Really good.
So, boys, you guys can vouch for this movie.
Well, AdvBlueDude hasn't seen it,
I
right?
haven't seen it.
Well, he and I are in the same boat, and you can vouch for this for us, Tiki.
I think this movie actually got snubbed in 2 really major categories at the Oscars. I mean, not major categories, but just things that this movie absolutely excelled in. Editing, and also Best Original Score, because this movie has a score that's like almost completely all percussion, and it works itself into the movie in really unique ways, like really unique kind of like there's definitely a lot of moments where the sound goes from diegetic to non-diegetic and back and forth, where the marching band actually comes on stage at one point. It's really crazy.
Okay, well, tell me this. I mean, I love Michael Keaton. I've loved him. Like, the other guys, he cracks me up, but the guy is great comedic timing. The guy's really funny. And also, I'm wondering, he does good drama in the movie too, right? Like he's good
absolutely.
Michael Keaton, I hope he's up for the acting category.
He is.
That's good.
He's kind of a shoo-in to win, honestly.
I would hope. I want good things from Michael Keaton. He's a great guy, from what it seems. Yeah, he seems funny, and he seems like he's really. Again, he was in RoboCop also, and he was good in that too.
Yeah, like I said, I am so happy I saw this movie a second time, because it would have been a shame if I left this off the top 5. Because it's really an achievement. It's a fucking achievement.
Michael Keaton makes you roll on the floor laughing at the other guys, and he's dying. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, we kind of glaze it, so you just make sure you have nothing to say on just looking at Expendables 3 or Let's Be Cops.
God, no. Fuck no.
Let's Be Cops looks like it might have been like a fun, dumb comedy, but I didn't check it out. It seems like a kind of a funny premise, but I'm just sure like it will be built like an unsatisfying climax of like, oh, they get found out, like dumb lie reveal type stuff.
As far as Sin City 2 goes, all I can say about it is that they waited too long.
Yeah. Looks kind of good in the trailer. Did you see it at all, or just the trailer?
I didn't see it, but I just think the time has come and gone.
Yeah,
definitely.
I debated upon seeing it. I'm probably just going to wait for it to be on demand. Because, the first one was good, definitely.
I just think that the technology that was used in the first one is so commonplace that it would just lose all its impact.
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah.
I wonder how Brolin and Joseph Gordon-Levitt were in the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure they were good. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about Brolin in one movie coming up, so we'll get to that.
We loved him in Guardians.
For the fucking 30 seconds he was actually on screen.
Well, hopefully we're going to get more of him.
Well, I would hope. Okay, so let's see. September's kind of a dead month.
Wait.
Let's check it out.
Well, actually...
there's Nightcrawler.
What about November, man?
Well, November, man, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It doesn't matter. What about Boxers? You guys see any of that? That's up
Monkey's
for the
big guy
animation.
It is. It is. Monkey's the big guy to ask about box trolls.
Well,
I
let me
really want to
just
see it.
let's give some views on the trailer real quick, because that one's gonna it's gonna be it's gonna be replacing Lego Movie, so I think it must be worth talking about. It looks. I mean, I love the trailers they put out for like show you the stop animation process. That was a brilliant move, I think. But that was still just, it didn't look like a good concept to me. But like you said, there's kind of weird creatures wearing boxes. It's kind of it's a 1%er.
Monkey is like really into this movie. Like I think he said he saw it like 8 times in the theater or something crazy like that. I know.
I can't judge it myself. I'm just saying it seems like a bit of like it's a little too out there for me. But I have to see it. So.
I am sure nobody is happier about this replacing the Lego Movie than Monkey is.
Stop motion's always an impressive art, but come on, Lego Movie is so much cooler.
Okay, just very quickly about the Identical. It's another one that Brad reviewed that he said is just fascinating to see on a bad movie level, so I kind of want to check it out at some point. Okay, big one for me, absolutely, Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah.
AdvBlueDude, you didn't get a chance to see this, right?
No, I still need to.
BlueDragonFive now.
It was like same realm as Birdman. There were so many movies out around the time I had to pick, and from hearing your recommendation of it, I wanted to see it. But Birdman was good, so it was kind of like too many good movies at the same time to pick from.
I hear you.
I wouldn't mind seeing it, but if again I'd have to wait till it comes on demand or something. To be honest with you,
I think the absolute best thing I can say about Nightcrawler is someone who is like incredibly frustrated and disenfranchised with like just the state of employment in our country. It's just an absolutely scathing commentary on it.
So what is he? He's like a paparazzi guy or what?
Yeah, he's someone, not necessarily paparazzi. He's someone who films crime scenes, like aftermath of crime scenes, I should say.
Oh, so he's like a sleazy. Well, maybe not sleazy, but he's like one of those guys.
No, he's sleazy. No, he is. His character is the definition.
Like a sleazy crime scene paparazzi. He's like one of those guys that gets a picture like when the families are still like dead in their eyes.
Exactly. And a lot of the movie has to do with like him getting to certain spots, like faster than anyone else, being all reckless about it.
It sounds like a cool idea for a movie.
Gyllenhaal's performance is chilling as fuck. I think
Gyllenhaal is ridiculously good sometimes.
I think he's like a total, like, he's just like outside of the Hollywood social club, so they just don't acknowledge him, which is
I liked him in Prisoners.
He was good in Prisoners too, yeah.
Dolphin Tale 2 is a ridiculous premise for a movie. Just like, why would you do a sequel? Anyway.
I actually saw Top 5.
Oh, is that any good?
Yeah,
oh, really?
It was okay.
What's the premise, aside from just the number 5? What is the premise?
It's basically Chris Rock is about to marry like a reality star, and it's like kind of like a big sort of parody about the fakeness of the reality industry.
Really?
It's okay. I think a lot of it is very, very self-referential. It's got kind of like it's almost kind of got like a Woody Allen type of pace to it, believe it or not.
Really?
By far the funniest fucking scene in the whole movie is this quick cameo by Adam Sandler that just had me rolling. Oh my god.
Oh, he was friends with Chris Rock, so.
Oh no, it's great.
Is great. Kevin Hart in the movie?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is he any good? Like a short kind of hyper black guy, goatee?
I don't really remember much about it, to tell you the truth.
Kind of comedically high-pitched voice, like saying, "Oh, this is crazy." Did he do any of that, or was he actually doing a serious performance? I think he's serious.
I don't even remember. It wasn't a very memorable movie, but I did see it. I didn't really keep my interest that much, but it was fine. It was a decent parody, I guess. It was a decent send-up of Hollywood culture.
Did you guys see the No Good Deed? Because that trailer looked amazing.
That's it?
Yeah, it's basically, well, I shouldn't say it doesn't look like there's a lot of substance to it, but the trailer looks really tense. Like, the Idris Elba, he knocks on the woman's door, wants to come in, and basically is kind of kidnapping her and her daughter, and she helps out.
I do kind of remember that trailer, but
there's that cool bit where like the cop pulls her over and pretty much like she has like a blink if like the guy's in the car or something. Like, it seems like a cool trailer. I don't know how much mileage they get out of it, but it seems like a cool trailer.
Right.
It's like a better idea for like a TV movie, if you ask me. But
Tusk. This is one I
Yeah.
really wanted to see, but I didn't get around to it, unfortunately.
I probably wouldn't have seen it.
Same
However,
thing.
I did see something, and you guys you're probably jealous. I did see.
What?
I saw what the walrus suits look like.
Well, I don't want to see that until I actually see the movie.
But why
That's
just
the-
describe it without telling you how it
No.
looks?
No,
No.
don't describe it.
Yeah.
I'm saying like can I give like an an adjective?
Hashtag no walrus.
Don't you dare say that. Hashtag walrus, yes.
Yeah, the hashtag.
Hashtag no walrus in
For
regards
those
to.
who may not be aware, Tusk came from a podcast. Pretty much, he
Yes.
basically asked the consensus viewing of who would you like to see a movie about this walrus? He asked walrus. No, yeah.
Mm.
This is probably like the first movie that I actually followed. Like partially because I follow, like mainly because I follow Kevin Smith on Twitter.
Yeah, well,
Of
I listened to his podcast, and he's always mentioned like the stuff like on Hollywood Babylon. Always mentions, oh, I'm filming this scene for Tusk. I'm filming this bit with in Ralph Garman today, or whatnot.
Yeah. No, same
Oh.
thing for Yoga Hosers.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I do really like Justin Long. I
Oh,
think
he's good.
Yeah, I think Justin Long's a kind of an underrated actor.
He is.
So I'm excited to see it. When
It looks like Kevin Smith's put a lot of hard work into these reasons. You know what I'm saying? He's getting more creative with the stuff. He's taking more gutsy moves. I wish he was getting a little more out of the horror, but I mean, if it was working for him, it's working for him. So I mean, I hear it didn't do well in the box office, unfortunately, but you know.
That's
I mean,
because
it
they didn't
didn't
market it at all.
Yeah,
it
it
didn't really have a wide release at all either.
Well, I think in comparison to some of his other stuff, it has kind of a little bit better marketing, but then it's not staying much.
It'll do well at home. It'll do well at home release.
I
Sure.
actually think even compared to some of his other stuff, it didn't even have good marketing.
No,
Like this, I wasn't even aware of when it was coming out.
Like,
I only
I
knew
was-
because I was following it.
Right,
Like
right.
there was
exactly.
zero marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
No marketing at all.
from what I hear, Michael Parks is awesome. Like, just even the trailer, you can't tell he's going to be good.
Yeah.
But let me just describe it, just general the movie. Again, I haven't seen it, but just the scene I did see. It looks darn scary, and I think that's what he's going for.
Mhm.
Darn scary and very impressive.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, the scene I saw. So
Yeah.
So anything in between that and.
Walk Among the Tombstones seems good. I want to seeing what people basically say. Liam Neeson's done a bunch of movies that are basically what if taken stories, and I think this one actually seems the most interesting. Could have been maybe a little better than 3.
I actually think I remember hearing something that was really good.
I heard Walk Among the Tombstones was good. I mean, I want to see it because they say it's a
I
better
kind of
take than 3.
vaguely remember, like on a podcast or something, people. No, actually, I think Brad really liked it. Yeah, Brad really liked it.
I want to see this because I'm wondering if it's going to be like a better take in 3 if you go within that mindset.
I honestly don't know what you see in those kind of movies. But
I like the Taken movies. I'm nicer to 3, but I do recognize 3 is by no means perfect. Taken 3, I should say. Taken 1's awesome.
All right. Okay, Imitation Game. I think this is kind of the new Beautiful Mind because it's a really damn good movie, really well shot. I think the strongest thing I can say about it, besides Cumberbatch's performance, which deserves all the praise it's getting, it's amazing. It really is. He really transforms into the role. Is the music. The score by Dupont is fucking damn good. It really gets into your ear. It's like it works its way throughout the whole movie. It's really good. I mean, it's just like it plays a socially awkward character in a very, very sympathetic way, something that I could really relate to. So I guess in terms of that, I personally really liked it. Keira Knightley was really good. Just I don't really have a lot to say about it except it's a really solid movie. It's on my top 20, not very far up there, but definitely I definitely think it deserves the recognition it's getting. Theory of Everything is something that I would have seen if I had more time. So
I really want to see that movie.
yeah.
There are 3 movies that I really want to see that will come to later. Yeah.
Okay, so Gone Girl. Damn it. I really blame myself for this because I saw the trailer. I was totally hooked. I needed to know what was going to happen. So you know what I did like an idiot? Like
What?
a fucking idiot?
What?
I read the book.
Why'd you read the book?
I feel like a fool.
Who reads books anymore? Really.
I just got done with this book.
Oh, no shit.
It was
I've been
actually
reading-
really good.
I've been reading this book since August, and the only reason I haven't finished yet is because I have it sitting next to me and I just don't open it.
And now I'm on to this book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Once I finish that, I have Jules Verne, and then I have more Jules Verne, and then I have Mark Twain.
Mm-hmm.
I have an entire list of...
Gone Girl probably would have been on my top 10 if I hadn't spoiled everything for myself. And I have no one to blame but myself. I have no one to fucking blame for myself. But don't get me wrong, the book is really good. I'm glad I read the book. It was really fucking good. But, damn it, it's one of those movies where I wish they would have kind of taken more liberties with the adaptation, because I feel like it kind of stuck a little too close in some regards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a lot. It's not one of my favorite David Fincher movies. I think it's getting overhyped as one of Fincher's best movies, honestly. I don't think it's even in this. I really don't think it's in the same league as. For me, I have like Tears of Fincher, or like number one by a bullet is Social Network. I fucking love Social Network. And then number like 2 and 3 very, very closely are Fight Club and Seven, and I don't think this even comes close to a Fight Club or a Seven.
Yeah.
Like, not even close.
Yeah.
But it does deserve praise. Ben Affleck's really good. His score's really good. I mean, of course, it's David Fincher, so it's gonna look damn great. He's a meticulous as fuck director, so it's fine. Honestly, it's literally number 21 on my list. So there you go. Okay, Inherent Vice. Josh Brolin is amazing in this movie, and he absolutely makes this movie. Also, I feel like Paul Thomas Anderson has a really good way of kind of taking actors that aren't really that well respected. Best example being Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love, something that you need to see, AdvBlueDude.
Yeah, I know. I need to see that.
You really fucking need to see Punch Drunk Love. Oh my
I
god.
know.
But I feel like he does a similar thing here with Owen Wilson, because Owen Wilson, no one's talking about Owen Wilson in this movie, but he's actually got a really kind of serious role here, like one of the more downplayed roles of the whole thing. But the chemistry between Joaquin Phoenix and Josh Brolin is absolutely impeccable. It's, oh my god. It's just overflowing with style. I think this is the movie that American Hustle really wanted to be. And, like, this isn't pretentious as fuck and fake as fuck about it like American Hustle was. Let's see. I think this is, like, I think The Master, you really like The Master, right?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I still need to see that too, but what I saw, I've seen part of it. What I've seen, I really liked.
My thing with The Master is I feel like that's a movie where it's one of the few movies where I came up with this, and I was kind of very proud of this description. I feel like it's a movie where substance is colliding with style, and not in a good way. Because it's got a lot of style to it, and it's also got a lot of like really head trippy things about it, but it just doesn't blend together that well. Having said that, I'm very glad that we have that as like one of the last great Philip Seymour Hoffman performances, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's a treasure for that.
Wait, which one's the one with him as the priest? Is that The Master?
That's The Master. That's The Master.
Oh, that's good.
No, but this is just... Let me tell you this. The Private Eye storyline in this movie is fucking a mess and makes no sense, but I kind of feel like Anderson intended it to be that way. Like, honestly, because Joaquin Phoenix is literally stoned in every scene of this movie. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. There is not a scene that goes by in this movie where he's not sparking up a joint. And I think
Phoenix rises again.
Oh, he is absolutely fucking lovable in this movie. I think he's got a great character in this movie. Like, honestly, I think him and Josh Brolin are equally, like, among the high caliber Paul Thomas Anderson characters. I really do. I can see why people don't like this movie. Absolutely, because I think the plot's a little bit of a mess. But like I said, I think this is very much in the style of Paul Thomas Anderson when it comes to, it's about one thing on the surface, which is like the Private Eye story, but under the surface it's got a lot going on. It talks a lot about like the late 60s and early 70s and the fall of the hippie. I actually think that the fall of the hippie is kind of like the main storyline throughout the whole thing, and Joaquin Phoenix is kind of like the big sort of like, sort of like poster child for that, because he's just kind of like this burned out hippie character that no one respects anymore, because that movement's kind of, it's a really fucking good movie. I think it's being really underappreciated. Okay, so
Hey, can I bring up a movie? I think we mentioned the one that wasn't on the list, the Batman movie, real quick.
Yeah, by all means.
So yeah, just real quick, Batman, Assault on Arkham. Pretty much, I didn't mention the other Batman animated movie that came out this year because it sucked. But Assault on Arkham was fantastic. It was basically a heist movie with the Suicide Squad. So if you guys want a taste of what the Suicide Squad is going to be in live action, like what it should be in live action, just watch this movie. Basically, it ties into the game, but like loosely enough that it's its own thing. I mean, it ties into it, and basically, you love the character so much you kind of forget it's a game.
Okay.
But the point is, it's basically a heist movie with Amanda Waller sending a Suicide Squad into Arkham Asylum to complete a mission. And, Joker kind of gums up the works a little, and basically Batman, he's not even the main focus of the movie. He's just in there. He doesn't really appear to, like... He's there sparingly. Very sparingly. He only comes in when he needs to be there. It really doesn't even come into the third act, to be honest with you. But he's
I
really...
like that. I like that. That's cool.
The point is, I can't highly recommend this movie anymore. It's one of my top favorite Batman films, DC original animated. So again, that's a Batman, Assault on Arkham. Everyone catch it. Even if they haven't played the games, it's a fun watch. So plus, it all fits in if you want to just have a more complete experience of this universe. And hopefully, optimistically, the writers want to maybe make more movies with more Suicide Squad teams like this movie. I'd be all for that.
Okay.
And one last thing, just an actor to spotlight. Neil McDougall, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. The guy who plays Dum Dum Dugan in Captain America.
Oh, okay, nice.
He plays our lead assassin here, lead member of the team, Deadshot, and he does a fantastic job. He's the best part of the movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay,
they got great people. Even Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring himself's in the movie. Good awesome. People in the movie. It's really fun. Harley Quinn also steals the show. Moving on.
Okay. Dracula Untold, I've heard, is a fucking mess.
Stupid trailer. Moving on.
The Judge, I've heard it's way too long. I've heard Robert Duvall is actually really good in it, though.
I hear it's a good Oscar contender from what I hear this year. Is that any truth to that? Is it nominated at all? What?
No, Robert Duvall kind of got an obligatory Oscar because, hey, wouldn't it be neat if we gave the fucking Oscar nomination to the oldest guy in history? Yeah. Which is true. Robert Duvall is the oldest living actor to receive an Oscar nomination.
Well, still, I mean, what about the movie? Movie nominated for Best Picture or what?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't believe the movie is... No, it's not surprising to me at all, because really when this movie released, it fell on its face.
Yeah.
The movie looked like it might have been good. I didn't see it. I'm just saying...
Actually, BlueDragonFive, fucking Vera Farmiga's in it.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, yeah. I forgot.
Right.
Oh, Vera Farmiga, awesome. So yeah, it sounded like it was gonna be. Like, you got Robert Downey Jr. Kind of like a good dynamic between father and son, perhaps.
Yeah,
I think they're father and son, aren't they? Yeah, father and son. Just got some Vera Farmiga. I don't know. It sounds like it might be. That's a movie I'm waiting to watch on demand one day because it seems like it might be good. Hopefully, it's a little better than advertised. As you guys informed me.
Either of you see Book of Life?
No.
I debated upon it. I heard Guillermo del Toro was attached to it. I thought he was going to direct it, apparently. I wonder if he produced it or something.
He probably did, I think. I think he did.
I feel bad for Pixar because they kind of stole their idea with this movie. But, the animation looked pretty good, though, for this movie. And they got Zoe Saldana, and they got Channing Tatum, too. The point is they got good people.
Channing Tatum was kind of like the big selling point for me, but I did not see it either.
I think his character looked silly, but no. For a second, I thought Michael Pena might be in this one. I'm thinking of something else, but no. The idea seemed kind of cool. I didn't really get too invested in it. I didn't see it, mind you. That's turned me off a little because it seemed like it's going to be a romantic comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
You know, I would hope when Pixar eventually breaches this subject, it's going to be more like resonant, like passing loved ones and kind of a connection among that and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. The point is, it looked visually kind of neat. Hopefully, it'll be good.
Fury, something I've heard good things about, but haven't gotten around to seeing.
It was good, but it was forgettable.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6.
I liked it.
It was okay.
I agree with. I think that the review that Doug Walker gave to it is like the thing that I agree with Doug Walker the most out of anything.
Yeah, I agree as well.
I'll admit,
I thought that review was so spot on.
There are plot holes, and the movie feels like it takes 5 minutes because nothing happens in it.
Yeah.
I'll admit, first watch is per usual was more forth than usual, but still, I still want more of the movies. It seems like a really cool idea, a lot of cool heroes. It was a good foray.
I'd be down for a sequel. I'd definitely be down for a sequel.
I'd like to see more. This movie had a lot of flaws.
I thought it was really, really fun. And the animation I thought looked really great.
Oh yeah.
It seems like a really good concept. And in terms of like kind of a loosely adapted and Marvel product making it their own thing, I mean, I gotta give them props for that because it turned out really well. I thought overall, yeah, you're right. There are some flaws, but I can get around them myself personally. I think some people may feel that way, but if not, yeah, it's not as perfect as I'd like it to be. But you know,
the opening short was great though.
Yeah, the opening short was fantastic. But Feast was great. But thing is, I want to watch this movie more times to see how it stacks up. But yeah, it looks good. Maybe not as good as originally, but
I hate Feast for one reason and one reason only. If a dog consumed that food, he would fucking die.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Dogs can eat food.
Well, no, it's like they can't eat chocolate or process certain foods or stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he ate chocolate.
Yeah, he didn't eat chocolate.
He can't eat cheese.
Yeah, I learned cheese from Kim Possible that the dogs can't eat cheese.
I think you're looking too much into this.
I'm not looking too much into it because it just distracted me the whole time and I couldn't get into it.
You sure the dog had cheese? Are you sure? I can't remember if the dog had cheese or not.
I don't remember the dog having cheese, honestly.
I don't know. Maybe they got the
I don't remember him with a woodblock with cheese on it.
Well, I guess another reason to check out Big Hero 6 and its short film, you know?
Okay, one last thing to say about Big Hero 6, probably hands down the best Stan Lee cameo ever.
Yes, 1,000 times yes. I mean, my favorite Stan cameo is still Spider-Man 3, but, you know,
I think the one in Spider-Man 3 is a little on the nose.
Oh, that one's adorable. Don't give me that. It was adorable. That was like a magical. That was a heartwarming Stan Lee cameo.
Okay. John Wick, AdvBlueDude, did you see this?
I didn't, but I've heard it's really amazing.
I've heard it's really
shouldn't
good.
Be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be amazing. It should be god awful.
We'll leave it at that. I really wanted to see it.
Do you know like the premise of it?
Yeah, a guy killed his dog.
He just fucking kills everyone.
This is why Keanu Reeves can't play Batman.
Ouija, piece of total shit.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah, he can't play Batman.
Yeah.
Ouija, piece of shit. St. Vincent, from all intents and purposes, what I've heard of it, it sounds like just a masturbatory Oscar bait.
Yeah.
Well, we do like Bill Murray.
I still want to see it because of Bill Murray.
Yeah, well, give Bill Murray an Oscar because he's Bill Murray.
Interstellar.
Just for like likability, you know? Yeah, Bill Murray's like, we'll give him an Oscar.
Let's talk Interstellar.
Oh, Interstellar's good.
So mixed on Interstellar.
I'd like to watch it again.
So would I.
I think there are definitely moments in this movie that will stick with me.
Oh no, so do I as well.
I also think it's a little... I don't know. I feel like the long length and the way it dragged on was kind of intentional.
Well, what do you
mean?
I'm
sure it was.
Yeah, it's intentional.
Yeah.
I think it was a little preachy and a little self-important.
I hear you. I
think it was good. I think they could have trimmed some stuff. Like, don't remember, I think a lot of the stuff is important. It's a laid out narrative. I got that, but I think the Damon stuff could have been trimmed out completely. If I'm going to be a harsh editor, I'd say the Damon stuff needs to be trimmed out completely.
I just don't like his name. I would just change his name. I liked his character.
I mean, yeah, his character was good. I'm just saying he has no real plot. Like, if you got rid of him, you wouldn't really be missing anything, I don't think.
That part actually pissed me off slightly.
Really?
When Damon was on there, and Matthew McConaughey and Matt Damon, they're walking through this fucking tundra planet, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, don't you fucking dare try to kill him. Don't you dare attack him. Don't you fucking dare do this fucking cliche right here, right now. And then
But one last thing there, Interstellar was good, but I don't think it's as memorable as Inception. I mean, I think
absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Not even close.
I will say that this is the only Hans Zimmer score that I've ever liked.
What?
I don't like it. All his stuff sounds the same. I don't like Hans Zimmer.
You're fucking crazy.
I don't like Hans Zimmer.
Okay, let me hit you with this. You mentioned this to me in a little
Lion King. Fucking Lion King.
Megamind. He did Megamind, Tiki.
Did he do Megamind?
Yeah, he did Megamind Adventure BlueDragonFive.
Still though, like
You're insane.
I know why I don't like him.
Well, he did Amazing Spider-Man 2. He was good in that.
Yeah. I know and understand.
I don't think
why
using
I don't
Amazing
like
Spider-Man 2 as an argument is very valid.
Yeah.
No, it was actually a good score. Minus the Electro. So the Electro was more Pharrell Williams.
I like the Electro score.
Hans Zimmer, when he composes, he focuses on one instrument and goes balls out with that instrument, and then says, "Oh fuck, I have a whole 80-piece orchestra." So then, like, he just like cobbles together pieces for that other. And like you have like this really really grand piece for one instrument, with the other instruments just going like, oh, play G, just G 50 measures, yeah.
I mean,
just
Joker and
hang
Bane
on that one note. What?
Joker, Bane, and Catwoman, they have really good distinct scores. I mean, I like those.
I mean, it's all just strings. Like Hans Zimmer, especially in Batman, it's all just like a wall of strings. Like 3 notes here, have some strings, but.
Well, they're composed differently, though. I mean, they have like.
Again, during that, you're bombarded by strings, and I like this one because it's different, but at the same time, it has the same problems that his other scores have, where in this movie he switches out the strings for a pipe organ, which and holy fuck, oh my god, that one note from "Thus Spake Zarathustra." Oh my god, that just like he just took that one chord. Like it seems as though Christopher Nolan said, "Okay, I'm going for a 2001 vibe here." So he said, "Okay, I know one chord that they use in that movie, and I think it works for the middle of every piece."
Well, one actual issue about Interstellar's score is that I think it in moments is maybe a little too quiet. I know it builds towards stuff, and that's mostly due to like I'm just saying listening to a soundtrack. It's because we're seeing the visual stuff on screen, so I can't really fault it for that. But I mean, personally, I would like them to get to the score faster.
I like this score. I like this score. It's definitely not my favorite. I mean, I don't like Hans Zimmer in general, though, so that's not saying a whole lot for me.
I disagree with you on some of your views on Hans Zimmer, but I respect.
I understand.
Yeah, but like again, I love the best bit of score in Interstellar is like the whole like when he leaves goodbye.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's called Stay. That's where like the girl's running out after the car. That's.
I mean, Tiki knows my tastes in music and in movie scores. This is my favorite movie score is A Clockwork Orange.
Ooh, that's good. Remember who does
actually, Wendy Carlos.
Oh, nice.
And it's fucking it's not even. The music's not even original, but the arrangements are fucking incredible. They're absolutely flawless.
Giacchino's also a master of score. He's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, okay. Well, let's move on. The point is, it's one last thing. I think Interstellar might have had Interstellar come out before Inception. I think it might be more memorable. I think it's just because Inception came out first, and it was such a distinct. It was like the kind of start of like doing these really.
I don't necessarily agree with that, just because I think Interstellar is Inception is just in general more accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, it was accessible and it was kind of a little bit groundbreaking. Like Nolan doing the visual, like
Exactly.
that visual style. Like he was just starting to toy with things there. In the
I
beginning.
do really appreciate that everything was practical.
Oh yeah, it's always.
And that's kind of the reason why this is in my top 20. Yeah, and that, and just I think it has some really. I think this is by far Nolan's most emotional movie, and I really liked it for that.
Yeah,
I really liked it for that.
Because the emotional stuff, again, him reviewing the footage is the most moving part of the movie. One of the most moving parts of the movie.
Absolutely, that is like one of the most moving parts of any movie this year, I think.
It's beautiful. Yeah. But,
I think my problem with movies like these is that I go into them expecting 2001, even though I totally should not.
Is Interstellar nominated this year?
Yes.
For Best Picture?
Not for Best Picture, no, not for.
I know it's
nominated for actor.
It's not. It's just nominated for score.
No, that's it. Yeah.
McConaughey's not up for actor?
No.
That's a shame.
Not surprised. Actor was really stacked this year. Really stacked.
Yeah, there's a lot of acting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, American Sniper looks good. I got to tell you, in the trailer, it looks really good. And it's believe it or not, it's a Clint Eastwood movie. I did not know this.
I'm surprised about how middle down the road it apparently is.
I agree that the trailer really sold me on it. Fantastic trailer.
Is it good?
I haven't seen it. I read the book, and the book made me, and I don't want to freaking talk bad about a dead man. The book made me really dislike Chris Kyle. It made me really dislike Chris Kyle.
I'm not quite familiar with that guy.
It's the main character.
The main character.
Oh, okay. I think the movie's going to make him more likable. At least that's a vibe I'm getting.
But the book was written by him, and he just has such a dismissive attitude about people that aren't like him, as in, like, people who don't want to just freaking, like, bleed for their country. And
well, he's been, apparently, I'm just guessing from the trailer, he's been through a traumatic experience. Maybe that's why.
No, but I'm saying, like, he just has such a douchebag attitude about it.
No. Because the movie's kind of coming from probably a different perspective, I assume.
I hear the movie like really tones down a lot of his unlikable qualities.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I don't really think that's necessarily. I don't think that's a good way to go with it, though.
It's not, but it doesn't surprise me.
No, it might make for a better movie than an actual. Like, it could be like a little bit of a looser adaptation. It might make for a better movie for all we know. Again, we haven't seen it, but
I don't know.
Eastwood directing and Bradley Cooper, and Bradley Cooper's good. I think
Bradley Cooper's great. He's the reason why I'll probably eventually see this. All I know is that the real Chris Kyle is just someone who would beat me up and steal my lunch money in middle school.
I'll tell you the bit though. I really hooked. Maybe want to see the movie, even though it's kind of a little late for that now.
The whole trailer thing with the kid and the bomb, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the bit that got me. It's like, oh my god, is he gonna shoot the kid or not?
That's actually the opening to the book too.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. I'll wait for the. I'm going to wait for it to be on demand or something or other. I want to watch that. It sounds like it's going to be good.
Okay.
Is it up for the Best Picture?
Yes.
It is. Yeah, it is.
That's good. I want to see if that wins or not.
Cooper's up for actor.
That's good.
I think probably
for director.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Either.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Well, hold on, just really quickly. Selma, definitely another movie I intend to see, but just didn't have enough time to. Dumb and Dumber 2, yeah, it looks. I heard it's not that bad, actually. Like, John Schnepp really liked it. He said it was just. John Schnepp said it was dumb, stupid in a perfect way. But, whatever.
I was mad at the trailer.
The trailer was awful.
The trailer was awful. And they put too much gross out humor in the trailer too. Like the old woman gay makes me almost throw up. It was disgusting.
Absolutely.
I would have, and had the trailer been good, I might have given it a shot because I like Jim Carrey. But no, it was stupid. It looked like, oh, this is terrible. I do not want to see this.
Okay. I really want to fucking see Saving Christmas. I need to see Saving Christmas.
Oh, I mean, what, they renamed it? I thought it was Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas.
No, it's technically, I guess it's Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas.
Oh. I thought you told me you
don't understand. I think Saving Christmas has the potential to be the holiday version of The Room.
I mean, it very well could be.
And I am fascinated with it for that reason.
Surprised you didn't see it, Tiki. I thought you said you did.
I wanted to. I fucking wanted to. I really did. I wanted to see this more than I wanted to see Inherent Vice.
Yeah, well, the better.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. As soon as Brad started doing all those midnight screenings and sending everyone to, I was like, holy shit, I need to see this movie. I need to see this movie.
I'll tell you what the better original version of this was. It was Kirk Cameron meets Kiss and Saves Christmas.
Oh, God. Okay, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. AdvBlueDude, are you into Hunger Games at all?
No.
No. BlueDragonFive, you're not either?
Nope, but I like Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay. This is actually my favorite Hunger Games movie, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Mostly because it concentrated on propaganda, and I'm fascinated by propaganda, and I think it used it in a really good way.
The Captain America is a testament to that.
No, but this is literally the movie that we wanted to get if Captain America had a propaganda career, except it's like pitch black and dark. So I'll leave it at that.
Be great if Jennifer Lawrence could punch Hitler. That'd be awesome.
I mean, Donald Sutherland, I feel like might be this generation's Darth Vader.
Is Woody Harrelson good in the movie?
He doesn't have much to do, but he's fantastic as always. Yeah.
I like Woody Harrelson.
Just think, 30 years ago, President Snow was sleeping with Karen Allen in Animal House.
Oh, Karen Allen.
I'm serious though. Donald Sutherland has such an amazing screen presence in these series. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the books at all. I think the books are like really poorly written. I think this
First
is a
one's
classic.
great.
The second two are shit.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't read the second two. I just read the first one, but I really like the first one.
The first one's okay. The first one's probably better than the movie, but I think the sequels are definitely better than the books.
It's
definitely
funny that kids dig the book where kids are killing kids. It's for sport.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, kind of like survival sport, I guess, but it's so horrific sounding.
This isn't in my top 20, but it probably would have been in my top 25.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
is it not in my top 20? I don't know.
It's not.
I don't think so.
It's not.
I don't think so. How do you know AdvBlueDude?
Well, you posted it all on Facebook, but I don't remember it being.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because I changed it all around.
Does to me, damn it.
I don't know
By
the
the
latter
way,
half of your voice, latter half of your list. I don't know the first half, so it might be on there.
by the way, something that that I don't think is on this Wikipedia page that I just is on my top 20 is Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
Oh yes. By all means, mention that.
Oh my god! Just if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, this is like fucking. It's amazing.
Yeah, I have to watch it. He's
You
told
have
me
to.
about
It's
it.
on YouTube. It's
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Right. I will check. I've been busy. That's the reason why.
Yeah,
It's
all
a
good.
common excuse, but I should.
Really great villain. Just all the characters are done. All the characters have stuff to do.
Are the voice actors back? Did they return for it? Just to clarify, people, it's not just dubbed. I mean, it's not just subbed. It's dubbed. So.
Oh yeah. Oh absolutely. Yeah.
So that was a turn off for like the one where Vegeta's Vegeta's weird twin brother. God, he's a weird brother.
No, Vegeta is amazing in this movie.
He is
amazing. No, but trust me, Vegeta is amazing in this movie in a way you've never seen it before. Trust me.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I want to check this out, I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so,
Oh, something that I want to mention that's not on that list.
yeah.
Yes.
Goodbye to Language. It's a Godard film, and because apparently he's still making movies. But I haven't seen it, and I desperately want to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Godard doing a 3D film, but he's doing it... No, he's doing it in the exact right way. Like, I've read a synopsis of it, and there's a scene where, like, if you close one eye, you see a man, but if you close another eye, you see a woman.
Huh.
So, like, oh my god, it sounds fucking incredible. He's taking the technology of 3D and, like, really turning it into art rather than just a fucking stupid, like, a gimmick. And, like, he's doing really interesting things with it. I desperately want to see it. But the problem is that if I would want to see it, I have to drive to New York City.
Right.
Yeah.
So, did you guys see Horrible Bosses 2?
No.
No.
Trailer. Trailer. I heard the trailer looked good, but then I heard bad. I didn't hear good reviews.
So, what about Penguins?
I was almost going to see this movie. Again, I love the Penguins of Madagascar.
I'm surprised you didn't see it in theaters because you were really excited about it.
I know I was, but I'm telling you, it's the marketing. Marketing for this one turned me off. It just looked like it was getting a little too, silly, a little too out there. It looked like it was also suffering from too much Fonzieism.
Yeah.
You know, like there's out on their own, they might not be strong. They had their series, and that's one thing, but I don't know this. I don't know, like a little when they're in lederhosen and slapping each other, that's where it lost me. And also, I looked at the animation, and the animation, like the bad guy looks goofy in the movie. This is a movie I'm gonna have to wait for. I was this close to seeing it, but again, I had other movies to see, some other stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
I was close to seeing it though. I heard mixed things. I heard a little close to the negative on it though.
Paddington's already come out in the UK. It's been out for a while in the UK, but it hasn't come out in the US yet. But for all intents and purposes, that's what I've heard too. I've heard it's really, I've heard it's weirdly like amazing, actually. So I will have to check it out at some point.
I've only seen one talking bear movie in a lifetime that's really sold me on things. That's Ted. So I'm not quite sure.
If this movie came out 15 years ago, I would have been all over it.
Yeah.
Remember, I saw that Corduroy movie when I was a kid. I wonder if that...
They made a Corduroy movie?
Yeah, there was like the Corduroy... It might have been a TV special or something. I remember as a kid, there was like had like a live act... Not live... It was live action. It was like the bear... I guess it was a puppet or something. The bear was moving. It was the Corduroy story somehow.
Oh, shit.
I wonder if that holds up. I'm sorry, I'm detracting, but bear and funky clothing. That's the...
I just like that Paddington Bear got a movie, because Paddington Bear is wonderful.
I think the movie's been in development for a long time, so I'm glad to hear it turned out so well.
It's been around for a long while.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Wild. This is actually one of the two movies I saw today. The other one being Imitation Game. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think the editing is really good. It's got a great use of flashbacks. I mean, it's just constantly going all over the place in terms of like Reese Witherspoon, she's hiking this trail for like 3 months, and it's just going all over the place in terms of like how she got there, what her life was like, her relationship with her mother. Laura Dern, really, really good. I'm very happy that Laura Dern, of course, me being a huge Jurassic Park fan, I'm partial to Laura Dern, but I'm very happy that she got a Best Supporting Actress nomination. I think she totally deserves it. She doesn't have a lot of screen time in this, but she's very memorable in what she has, and she's kind of the heart of the movie. This actually has my favorite opening scene of any movie this year, believe it or not. You want me to tell you what it is?
Oh, wait, better than Guardians?
I don't consider...
Well, which opening for Guardians? I mean, like, there's,
Well, okay, it's not as good as the Come and Get Your Love opening, but I do think it's better than the mom dying opening.
That's my favorite scene in that movie, the whole Come and Get Your Love.
No, like I said, I don't think it's as good as Come and Get Your Love. But I also don't consider that the very opening in Guardians.
Good point. That's a fair point. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, but no, the opening of this movie is literally like it's like kind of like it's one of those movies where it kind of opens in the middle of the story, and Reese Witherspoon, she's been out in the wild for a couple months. She's all haggard and beat up. She's limping, right? Like she's really limping. Something's wrong with her foot, and so she takes her pack down. She takes off her sock.
Okay.
And then her whole fucking big toenail just comes off.
Oh, God. You like that as an open? That sounds disgusting.
It's disgusting, but I think it drew me in. It really drew me in and just like, holy shit, this is hardcore.
The toe drew you in.
But that's not the best part. The best part is that her shoes go rolling down the hill.
Oh.
And you're just like, oh, holy shit. Yeah.
It sounds like a Breaking Bad cold open.
It did kind of remind me of a Breaking Bad cold open. That's the thing. That's why I liked it so much.
Like, just imagine the shoes roll down the hill, and there's a moment of silence, and you see, like, and then dun dun dun.
No, and that's where the title of the movie cuts in, because she screams, and then you see like this quick cut of flashbacks, and then the title of the movie pops up. There is no other fucking opening of a movie this year that got me more drawn in than that.
Well, like, we literally went to a concentration camp of mutants in X-Men Days of Future Past. That's not a good contender.
Yeah, but that was literally almost the exact same opening as the... Well, no, actually, come to think of it, no, never mind. I was thinking of the opening of First Class, which I think is too similar to the opening of the first movie. But, okay, Annie, from all intents and purposes, I've heard this goddamn train wreck.
The joke, the longest joke, the inside jokes that people called it Tanny.
I just know it is like, I know Saturday Night Live did a really funny sketch where it was, hey, I'm Black Annie.
You know, I think it's hilarious yet sad, just fun, like hilarious at Will Smith's unfortunate expense that he bought another franchise for one of his kids, and because they're as lazy and into their crappy music career, they said, "No, I don't want to do it anymore." And he was going to be in the movie too for a while. It was going to be a father-daughter movie. She backed out, so he handed over the Jimmy Fox and another little girl. This is a huge waste of Will Smith's money. It's hilarious and embarrassing.
Okay, you guys know Jake from the Cinema Snob?
Yes, I love Jake. He's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear his story that
he
had?
Did not.
Oh
did
my
he review
God.
it? Did he review Annie? Like this Annie?
Not only did he review it, he got Irvinged in that.
Oh, he got Irving there too?
Yeah. No. He got Irvinged.
Oh, Irvinged? Well,
that's a verb.
Oh, what's the Irvinged?
It's where you get stuck seeing a movie alone that you really don't want to see.
Oh, you mean no one saw it with him?
No, he was in there, and he was in there with one lone person, one other person in the audience.
Yeah?
And it was this kind of like middle-aged black woman, right?
Oh.
And so in the lobby,
yeah,
like he's telling this whole story, and in the lobby,
Did they have a slaver joke again, like a slaver?
No, it's no slaver. Brian wasn't involved. No.
Oh, right.
But Jake's just telling the story. You know, he's like, you know, in the lobby, the middle-aged black woman comes up to him, and she's like, "Hey, I got a question for you."
Oh God.
What is your white ass doing at Black Annie?
Oh my God. Oh, that's adorable.
Right.
What did he say? What did he say?
Oh, he just kind of like very awkward, like, "Well, ma'am, you know, I made 2 reviews for a website."
It would be funny if he had a smart alecky answer.
All right. Anyways, Into the Woods. Meryl Streep could just film herself sitting on a toilet for 2 hours and to get nominated.
Unfortunately, that is true.
Was she nominated?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, she was nominated. Of course she was nominated.
Wasn't that movie?
Yeah,
the movie was called Two Ply. Didn't you see it?
Yeah. No, she was okay in Into the Woods.
You saw it?
Yes.
Oh, what do you think of it?
That's good. It's very close to the original show. I want to see the songs.
It's really close to the original show, really?
Oh, I mean, other than like the rapey things that they put in. But like, it's as close as they could get.
Well, so they got rid of the sex shit, right?
Yes.
Good.
Whatchamacallit? Yeah, it's good.
Really?
I want to see the songs that they cut because like Stephen Sondheim like actively wrote 2 songs for the movie, and they cut both.
Huh.
Yeah, and they cut both.
Did any songs from the musical get cut that really pissed you off?
No, not really. I was okay. I mean, not many songs got cut that I was okay with it.
Because I know with the Rent movie, me and Monkey talked about this at length, but like they actually filmed songs for the movie and then they cut them, and it was just fucking moronic. And they cut. Oh,
there was one song that got cut that I was sad that got cut. So in Into the Woods, there's like the whole story about how like the baker's father left him, and then there's the curse in the family where they can't have children because the baker's father stole stuff from the witch. So like the baker has like father issues essentially. And at one point the baker freaks out and runs away, and then he meets his father, who's just out in the woods, and they have like this whole heartfelt song, and they cut that song.
Oh, I hear you.
But like the father's there, but it doesn't have the same impact.
Right.
That song is cut.
Yeah.
That's
that was
really
Johnny Depp.
But I mean, he was in it. It's insignificant. He was literally in it for 2 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's like the wolf.
Funny.
The wolf
How-
has
How Burton-y was the movie?
not at all.
Oh,
Oh,
cool,
really?
cool.
No,
That's
not
good
at
to
all.
hear.
That's always
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It was a good movie. Anna Kendrick was great.
Okay.
Everyone was great. I like
Monkey
that.
and I are definitely going to do a Theater Geeks on it at some
Are you?
point. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least
I
wish-
like that James Lapine actually wrote the script.
I wish
He
this-
was the book writer. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you up.
No, what were you saying?
I wish that this movie was coming out this year, so at least I'd be seeing something different instead of seeing Cinderella to watch the Frozen short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the story we all know by heart.
I
Or in
still
live
have
action.
no idea why the fuck they're making that movie.
The
Yeah,
only
exactly.
reason I'll give it a pass is that I like the director.
Who's the director?
directing?
The same guy who did Thor, the original Thor.
Oh, Kenneth Branagh. Oh, yeah, Kenneth
Yeah,
Branagh's doing it.
Kenneth Branagh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kenneth
Oh,
Branagh.
shit.
Yeah, the guy he also did the Shakespeare Rob
Right?
Williams.
Doesn't
Yeah.
that get you mildly more
Jesus
interested
Christ.
in it?
Why the,
Yeah,
what the
but-
fuck is he doing with Cinderella?
Kenneth, come on,
Exactly.
buddy.
The exact same thing that they did in the first movie, according to the trailer.
Yeah.
It literally looks like a shot-by-shot
Oh my
remake.
god.
Why can't you just do a Cinderella turning into Thor movie?
Jesus, something is wrong when Kenneth Branagh is directing Helena Bonham
She
Carter.
grabs, she
Oh my
grabs the
God.
hammer, falls in love with somebody.
Okay.
Maybe it's like instead of a Cinderella shoe, it's like finding the who can lift Thor's hammer. Maybe that could be the gag.
No,
I'm
Into the
kidding.
Woods was good though. The only thing I missed was, other than that song, was they cut the character of the narrator, because the
Oh, okay.
narrator was like an actual character.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the character's pointless with it being a movie,
Really?
so it's understood. It's entirely.
Well, unless it was Joe Leahy, or like, the announcer from Freaks, or Joe Leahy. If it was him, it would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, Night at the Museum 3, I saw this.
Adventure Blue, do you see it?
No.
I didn't see it yet. Okay. BlueDragonFive, really quick.
Yeah, sure. Night at Museum 3, it's better than 2. It definitely has some flaws in it. I'd recommend it's a really good wrap-up to the trilogy. Hopefully they do keep it trilogy, because there's some stupid...
I need to
talk
see it
show.
at some point just for Robin Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
So do I.
Let's just say
Yeah.
it's a really good send-off for Robin Williams.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, the really send for ones. Like the rumor is like that there's gonna be some stupid rumor of, like, when people on talk shows always make jokes like, oh, we might be doing another one, ha ha ha. So hopefully there's
Wait,
jokes.
I thought it kind of flopped.
Oh no. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was okay. It had moments.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I heard it didn't do well.
Well, I did hear
would
that
assume.
there was supposed to be a spin-off, but they
But-
canceled that when Robin Williams died.
Yeah.
Mm.
I assume. Let me say it was. Oh yeah, I assume it would do a lot of money because Robin Williams, one of Robin's last films, especially that year, one of his last films of that year.
Mm.
He still has one more film to come out
Yeah, exactly. But
that I really want to see, actually.
But here's the big gripes I got against it, because I like a lot of elements of it. A lot of really good elements to it. But the big sticklers with me, Reb Wilson, I didn't think she was funny in this movie. She was pretty much just lazy British guard, like, oh, I'm British.
Yeah.
She's just lazy and British, pretty much.
No.
Oh, you're some lazy god. And, you got your nightsticks and stuff. So she took me out of the movie, and there are some contrivances in the movie to get you from point A to point B. But again, when it gets really emotional, it gets emotional. Also, if you listen to Brad Jones and the gang talk about in the midnight screenings, they're right. The kid does suck. I get what they're doing with the story. With the kid's not bad. Just the acting and the acting, the eventual direction with the kid, just it kind of stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, there are some really great cameos in the movie, though. Great, fantastic cameos.
Mhm. Okay, Exodus Gods and Kings, from what I've heard, it's fucking like the biblical version of Robin Hood in
Yeah.
terms of just it's an overbloated mess.
Ridley Scott doesn't do well.
No, he
He
hasn't
did.
been doing well for a long
Well,
time.
Hannibal
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
Prometheus was good. What?
Hannibal wasn't bad.
Hmm.
It had a lot of good moments to it.
I thought I thought Prometheus was really good. That's underrated.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Okay,
And I entirely understand why people hate that because Damon Lindelof wrote the script.
Lindelof.
I think Hannibal in the rewatch is cooler. Just drags on a lot in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, Hobbit: Battle of the fucking Five Armies.
Any good?
Battle of the Farmers.
I refuse to fucking see it. I'm sorry, there should have been 2 Hobbit movies, and I saw 2 Hobbit movies. There should have been fucking 2 Hobbit movies.
Yeah.
Pointless.
And then there's
This movie should not exist.
Uncanny Valley, Billy Connolly.
That's
That's understandable though.
This movie should not exist. It should
It
not
really
fucking
shouldn't.
exist.
Throw it in the volcano.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'll ever sit through it. I really don't. Did you see it, AdvBlueDude?
I didn't see this one. I saw the other
No.
two.
Yeah. Okay, here's my opinion on the other 2. I actually really liked Unexpected Journey
So did I.
because I thought it was a Hobbit movie and not a goddamn Lord of the Rings wannabe.
Oh no, I agree entirely. Second one wasn't as good.
People bitched that Unexpected Journey wasn't as much like Lord of the Rings, and so and so Battle of Desolation of Smaug was way more like Lord of the Rings, even though it had no heart to it, no character to it. Fucking Orlando Bloom and Kate from Lost ate up like 30% of the screen time, even though they weren't in the books. I have lost almost all respect for Peter Jackson after this. Like, this is... It's not as bad as...
King Kong?
No,
King
no,
Kong
I like
wasn't
King,
that bad.
I like King Kong. I like King Kong. And I also like Lovely Bones, too. I think that's kind of an underrated movie, actually. But it's... Like, I don't want to say it's certainly not as bad of movies as the prequels are, the Star Wars prequels. But I do think that these tarnish Peter Jackson's reputation in a similar way.
Is it better than Episode
agree.
3 or not as good as Episode 3?
First one's better than Episode 3.
Wait, which,
Yeah.
okay.
I definitely wouldn't say Desolation of Smog's as good as Episode 3, though.
It has its moments, Desolation of Smog does.
It has its... Well, the whole thing about Desolation of Smog is like, okay, I know I know the dragon's coming. Come on, just get to the dragon. Just get to the goddamn dragon. Just get to the fucking goddamn dragon. Fuck! Just get to the fucking dragon.
Where's Pete?
The one thing about that movie besides the goddamn dragon was the spiders were cool.
Yeah, I thought the barrel scene was good too.
Spiders, giant legion of spiders. I thought the barrel scene was like a fucking video game. I didn't like the barrel scene at all.
I mean, I thought it was fun.
And I also thought the finale was like a fucking video game.
Oh, the finale was fucking horrible. Oh my god.
Like, I just, whenever I watch the finale, I just hear the Mario Star music in my head. It feels so much like a video game. Because they're all jumping around platforms and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Big Eyes.
I debated upon seeing this, but it has sounds like it has a lot of great people, and it's Tim Burton. Tim Burton film looks like when Tim Burton really shifts out of his regular style. That's when it looks like he's doing his best stuff.
Tim Burton, it's like he actually made a movie again.
This is like in the category of your Big Fish and your Ed Wood,
Absolutely,
like that kind
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
Was it any good?
No, I really want to though. I just haven't.
It was good. I mean, it
Really?
wasn't. I don't think it's particularly memorable, but it was good. It was
Based
good.
on a real story. Is there any like actual intrigue aside from just telling us the facts?
Yeah, there is, because I definitely think that Christoph Waltz really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, like, he really plays it up. Like, he's really over the top. And I think that Tim Burton, but I think in kind of a good way. He like there's definitely kind of like it's almost kind of turns into a domestic horror story at some point. Because Christoph Waltz just goes batshit insane at some point.
You know, I'd really love to see him take on the Red Skull.
That would be
cool.
great. That would be fun.
He's my dream casting for that, because I think he'd be perfect Red Skull. You know, because
he would.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about Big Eyes. I think it's a pretty average movie, but for Tim Burton these days, it's refreshing that he managed to make an average movie and not a steaming pile of shit.
What about the Gambler? You guys see that?
Not seen it. No.
I haven't seen it, no.
Looks promising. I didn't see it, but John Goodman's always good. Good man. Anyway.
Let's save the interview for last.
Okay, so what's after the interview? The movies that no one cares about after the interview.
I know, Unbroken.
Water Diviner.
Okay, so
Directed by and starring Russell Crowe.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I need to look into this now.
The Water Diviner? It's probably god awful. You found a good movie when you find The Water Diviner, and then in parentheses, released in Turkey as Sun Umut, or Last Hope.
Hey, how familiar are you guys with Jai Courtney, or whatever that name is?
Not at all.
Yeah, I've seen him in a really terrible movie. I'm hoping he's a good actor, because he's gonna be Captain Boomerang in the Suicide Squad.
I heard he's not a great actor, so I'm skeptical.
He was in the fifth Die Hard, and he sucked.
And he was awful.
I'm worried about him.
I would be too. But to be fair, I think Leto's an amazing choice for the Joker. So I think
Can I real quick throw out a pitch I have for Jared Leto Joker? Or do you want me to save it for some other time?
Save it for some other time.
Oh, we missed a movie.
So long.
I know we're gonna Unbroken.
Is it a horror movie?
What?
Is it a horror movie?
No, we missed Whiplash.
Oh, holy shit! How is that? How is that not on
I don't
there?
know that's not on that list. Well, I mean, it's a really small release.
No, that doesn't excuse it.
Well, yeah, I know.
Fucking The Water Diviner is on here, but
What month did it come out?
October.
Was it October?
I'm gonna circle back. You guys keep going.
Okay, well, let's just talk about it. Yeah, great movie.
That's an incredible fucking movie.
I mean,
not in October.
Honestly, my one problem with it is that, and this is the reason why it's out of my top 5, but it is in my top 10, but I think it relies a little too heavily on its performances.
It does.
And I don't think there's a lot interesting going on outside of the performances. But having said that, I think the performances are fucking amazing. I mean, Miles Teller, like, Jesus Christ, he actually does that drumming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? It's amazing. It's amazing.
I think I like this movie so much because it's a little bit personal for me.
Really? Did you have a teacher like this?
Well, no, I almost went to college for music, and
okay.
Like, I went to band camp, and that was my deciding factor, is if I want to go to music school, because it was at like this really prestigious music college, and like the one professor.
Hans Zimmer was the teacher, and then you decided no.
Yes, no, there was one professor who was like really supportive of me and like really cool, but then like the other one who led the wind ensemble that I was in, he was just a dick to me.
Really?
Fucking horrible. Like, he was just an asshole to me.
So he was not your "oh captain, my captain" type teacher, was he?
No. So, because like I came from like a really small school district where a lot of the like social norms of like being in a big orchestra like that, I didn't know. So, like, he was just a dick to, like, he expected a lot from me, which is understandable, but at the same time, it was very much like J.K. Simmons in this movie.
Wow.
Not as bad, but the trauma a little bit.
J.K. Simmons is really good. He's always good.
He's fucking amazing.
He deserves an Oscar.
I feel bad. So I
think he's the closest. I think he's one of the closest things we have to eschew in terms of the acting.
I want to make a movie with J.K. Simmons.
He's got my voice.
I already have a movie with him in mind.
Oh, dude.
I know one thing. He's always an amazing. He does a great job as Tenzin on Legend. He did a great job as Tenzin Legend Core, but also he had a show. It was on TV. It got canceled. It was a shame because it was a really good show. Like, should still be on TV. It was a growing up fisher. He played a blind man. He was really good in that. It's a shame to get rid of him.
He was.
He was a blind lawyer too. He could have been like Daredevil's father or something.
Yeah. I need to talk to you about that movie, but
About what?
yeah,
movie?
like the movie, the J.K. Simmons thing, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, like he was on Arrested Development, he was in Portal 2.
He was a neo-Nazi on Oz, and he was creepy
Yes,
as
yeah, I
hell.
forgot.
Oh, of course,
about
yeah.
that.
He raped people in that show, didn't he?
I need to watch
Oh
Oz.
yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of
A lot
rape.
of rape.
A lot of rape.
Actually, to be fair, I think Oz kind of gets kind of a bad rep for being like, oh, that's a show about butt rape, right? It's a show about rape.
Well, it's
rape's in it, but it's not like it's
not like they have to comedically redo the O in Oz is something really dirty.
I wish that was the tagline of Oz. Just Oz. A lot of rape. A lot of rape.
This is a show for Patrick Starr.
This sounds like this. This is like this black poster, like a jail.
No, but AdvBlueDude, you seriously should watch that show. It's great.
Oh no, I need to. I've been meaning to.
Yeah.
Maybe we should hurry this up though because it's 3:30.
Chocolate Star is safe in Oz.
Okay, so just really quick, the interview. I can sum it up in one sentence. I can't believe that a movie where James Franco talks about having stank dick is literally going to be in the history books.
Having what?
Stank dick.
Huh.
Your dick stinking after sex.
Yes.
Stank dick.
Oh,
Yes.
stank. I thought you said
Stank dick.
Stank.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's the technical term.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, it'd be hilarious. I was being practical. If just out of spite for all the trouble that went around the movie's release and whatnot, if out of spite to North Korea, if they won Best Picture in all the awards. I'm saying, like, yeah.
No, but that kind of proves my point. It's like it's such a fucking silly, middle of the road, mediocre ass movie.
Yeah, it would have been fantastic if it was actually a good movie, but of course, yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Come on.
fucking. I mean, it's got good qualities to it. I mean, I like myself some James Franco. James Franco does a good job.
Lizzie Kaplan, always a good looker.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a great actress too.
Honestly, the guy who plays Kim Jong-un is really good.
Oh yeah, he's
really
from
funny.
Parks and Recreation, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he
Randall something.
I think he definitely steals the show.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I like it's kind of funny because this movie goes out of its way to humanize Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, I heard about that. It sounds making him a man-child sounds like a good idea. It sounds like an interesting premise of it has like the makings of there. It sounds like used in a trailer. They go a little too dirty and childlike in places with like.
No, honestly, I think the scenes between him and Franco are the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the premise of like two man-children going around maybe humanizing a dictator, but then things going south.
No, but I just think it's ridiculous that kids 20 years from now are literally going to be reading about Seth Rogen and James Franco and stank dick in history books.
Just to sum up all the controversy around the interview, let me just say it like this. You know, if we hadn't been blown up over a movie where we take the previous leader of North Korea and turn him into a puppet and make him a cockroach, I don't think we're going to get blown up over that.
That's what I'm saying.
If we can get through that, I think we're going to be fine.
Okay, so, and with that, yeah, do you guys want to quickly go through your list before I reveal my list?
Sure. AdvBlueDude, you want to go first?
Yeah, I just have a top 5.
They got like 6, so yeah, go ahead.
So number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 4 is the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
I apologize for not having note cards for you tonight. I ran out of note cards. We should bring back the tradition of our long lost cast member. But
Hey,
he's in our in memoriam segment for 2014.
Oh God. Don't even joke about that. Don't even joke about that, because we lost some incredible people in 2014.
We did, and also we lost note cards, which were also. Yeah. But, seriously, we did lose fantastic people this year. It is a shame, but
we lost note cards.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
Do the TV actors get mentioned in the in memoriam? By the way?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Because Bob Hastings and Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. should be on there.
Number 3 is Whiplash. Number 2.
I'm surprised that's only number 3.
Why?
Just because you really like it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, number 2 is Grand Budapest Hotel.
Ah,
Fair enough. And then number 1's Frank.
And number 1's Frank.
All right, cool.
I fucking love Frank.
BlueDragonFive.
okay, 6 and kind of slash honorable mention is Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
This would go more for favorites, I guess. I mean, I'm sure if it was going for actual quality, I think maybe Budapest would be on there a little, at least be on there somehow. But, you know, I mean, Budapest is a great movie. But so Amazing Spider-Man 2, number 6. Number 5, Lego Movie. And I love all these, so it's really hard to rank them. So Lego Movie's 5. How to Train Your Dragon 2's 4. Again, love them all. 3, Days of Future Past. Really well constructed movie. Guardians of the Galaxy's number 2.
And Cap is 1.
Yes, Winter Soldier is one because again I think it's technically the best movie, but Guardians is so much fun, so it's impossible to rank them almost.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, you guys ready?
Good.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
Show the cards.
Okay. Number 20. Muppets Most Wanted.
Yay.
Number 19. Probably a bit of a snub here. X-Men Days of Future Past.
Snub.
All right. Number 18. The Imitation Game.
Okay.
Number 17. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
Yeah.
Number 16. Just because it needed to be on here in some capacity. Boyhood. Okay.
We long for our boyhoods.
Oh yeah. Number 15. 22 Jump Street. Number 14. Wild. All right. Number 13. Oh shit! Enemy is a movie I didn't talk about. Fuck. Enemy. Well, just really quick, it's directed by the same guy who did Prisoner. It's really convoluted. Jake Gyllenhaal gives a really good performance. I'd recommend it.
That's good.
You know what I'd recommend is I'd recommend watching it and then immediately afterwards watching Chris Stuckman's explained video on it.
Because Stuckman got good.
He's really good, actually. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
He's new, isn't he?
He's new to that guy, but he's been around YouTube for a long time, actually.
Sure.
Okay. Number 12.
No!
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Number 11. Inherent Vice. Okay. You guys ready for the top 10?
Yes.
Alright, starting at the top 10.
Okay.
We got the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
Alright. At number 9, Sorry Adventure Blue Dude. At least it got into the top 10. Frank.
To be frank.
Number 8. I'm actually surprised it's in the top 5. Lego Movie.
Recount! Be higher!
Number 7. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Right. Number 6. Very close to getting to top 5. Whiplash. Number 5. How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yeah!
Top 5, baby. Top 5. Number 4. Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Cheater!
What do you mean? How is that?
I'm sorry, what was the other? It said or something.
No, that's
subtitle.
literally the full title of Birdman is Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Sorry, I did not know that. Yeah, little I know about Birdman.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
want to see it though.
Number 3.
Backwards.
Gotta have it. I know. Gotta have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Gonna feel it.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Nightcrawler.
All right.
And Adventure Blue Dude. I'm sure you're not surprised by this. Number 1. This is a movie that we didn't get to talk about because it wasn't on the list, so I'll briefly talk about it here.
Say what?
Oh.
You ripped it! It's invalid now! I'm sorry.
I
what?
love the Babadook. The Babadook.
Okay.
I fucking love the Babadook.
Sounds like a Muppet song. The Babadook.
It's an Australian horror movie, and it's, oh my god. This is the reason why I'm pissed off at the Academy Awards, because this movie's been so much buzz. I think Essie Davis totally should have been nominated for Best Actress, but of course she wasn't. She was never going to be. She never had a fucking chance because it's a horror movie. I'm going to be really frank with you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Frank.
uh,
So what is it? What's the big statement? What do you got?
I think this movie is right up there with The Exorcist and The Shining.
Well, it's that good. It's a horror movie.
It's that fucking good.
Wow. So Exorcist, huh?
It might be this generation's Exorcist. It is an amazing horror movie. It is so well shot. It draws you in. The acting is absolutely impeccable and creepy throughout the whole thing. The monster is all practical effects. It's glorious. The sound is haunting and chilling and fucking terrifying. Oh my god. Here's the thing I like the most about it, though. It is one of the most metaphorical movies I have ever seen. And the whole movie is one giant metaphor for mental illness, and I think it plays with that in such a fascinating way, in a way that no other horror movie I've ever seen has. I think The Babadook is a game changer for horror movies.
Does it go into an asylum of any sort, like kind of like a nightmare scenario like that or anything?
It's just a single mother and her kid and a really tough situation, and all of that stuff being dramatized by a monster, and the monster is a metaphor for depression.
Mm-hmm.
And the monster being a metaphor for depression is amazing to me as someone who does suffer from depression. It struck such a chord with me. It's all about how scary depression can be, how it can creep up into your life at any point, how you could never get rid of it. I'm
going to go out on a limb here and assume the monster, like depression, is not easily solved or easily dismembered.
Of course not. No. I love the way it wraps up. I don't want to spoil it, but I love the way it wraps up.
Hopeful ending?
That's a tough question. I want to say yes.
Like guardedly hopeful ending?
Cautiously optimistic.
There you go. That's the
Cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
Like the ending is basically she's going to live with depression for the rest of her life, just like she's going to live with the Babadook for the rest of her life, but it's being kept under control.
So clear skies, no rainbow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The kid in this movie is, they do a real 180, because the movie kind of starts where it's like, okay, so the kid is like a fucked up kid and everyone's creeped out by him, and it's like, all right, I've seen this a million times. No, fuck that noise. Does a complete 180 with it. You end up getting a ton of sympathy for the kid. I can't say enough good things about this movie, or else I'll just ramble on. It is one of the best horror movies I've ever seen in my life. It is the best movie of a year that I think was filled with great movies. I'm over the moon about the Babadook. It is fan-freaking-tastic.
Well, guys, I think we've been blessed this year with how many great movies. Have you noticed we've said much more positive things than negative things about the films we've seen this year? And compared, all three of us put together, we've seen a lot of movies.
Oh yeah.
This year. So, I mean, what do you guys think of this? Just what we've gotten this year, aside from just saying we've gotten good movies. What do you think this means?
Like I said, I very much like the way I track. The way I can remember individual years is by the movies that were released. And I think this is the best year since 2007 when it comes to movies. I think this year is... It's going to be a year to remember. I think it's going to be a year when you look back and you try... I mean, you had the Lego movie, you had Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, you had Guardians, and those are just the mainstream ones, let alone all the great independent ones that came out. You had really good Oscar contenders. I can't. It's such a good movie. It's such a good year for movies. And you know what's crazy is that, of course, everyone kind of thought this would be like a cliff note to 2015. You know what I mean? Everyone was like all jazzed up about 2015 because it's like Star Wars and Batman versus Superman when that was coming out in 2015.
Well,
And,
no, that was a brief tease of a rumor out there.
I know. And let's see, you know,
Might have been a good idea, to be honest with you, but
Star Wars, Avengers, Jurassic Park, all huge movies coming out in 2015. People were kind of like, well, just 2014 needs to just come and go. But no, 2014 ended up being a fantastic year. That's kind of all I have to say.
AdvBlueDude, carry the way in?
I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say. There have been a ton of great movies that came out this year. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I may, I find a thematic theme within all the films of this year.
Okay, go for it.
I think the important thing to take away from 2014 in film, and just in retrospect, now we've reached the end of the line of 2014. We're going into like the award ceremony of 2014 soon enough. You know, at some point within this year, we'll have their Oscars and whatnot.
Well, I mean, the Oscars were just released today. It's kind of a
Yes.
funny coincidence, or I mean, the nominations, and it's kind of a funny coincidence that we ended up scheduling this show. It's,
Yeah. I think it's what you said, Tiki, about how people are just waiting for 2015 and onward for all the great films been announced. I think this year somewhat would be progression. That it would be kind of the time to upgrade. That this year's the transition. We can't get to 15 without 14, obviously. But I think in terms of the advancement of filmmaking, we needed that time to mature and advance. And if this was a stepping stone, this is a huge stepping stone and a very impressive one. And
oh yeah, definitely.
all the films have been taking chances. Some chances failed miserably, like Dumb and Dumber. So I mean, there were some misfires, of course, but luckily, I mean, this is the year of chances and gambles, and we saw amazingly. A lot of these gambles paid off.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, big time. A lot of chances thing we would never have seen in years prior. But you know, the films in these years, they built upon each other in terms of the advancement of technology, the advancement of the storytelling, learning from the mistakes, recalibrating the story, coming back with sequels to fix plot holes of previous films, revitalizing franchises, empires, reboots, you name it. And we can't go to the. It's like we just have marked on a chalkboard somewhere the film's coming out, like we're going to get to this level. Before we get to that level, we need to build to it. We need to advance. Pixar took a year off this year because they have plans for years onward, gutsy plans, gambles of plans. Some people are calling them like crazy for some things they have planned. And you know, it just goes to show you, they're taking their time with it, and they have plans, so they're taking their steps necessary. And if we learn anything from this year with those films taking their gambles and making their progressive steps forward, I am beyond stoked to see what 2015 holds. Now that we've taken the journey, we're now going to bask in the spoils. You know, we're going to see what we've been waiting for. Now we've been psyched out of our minds saying, how can you get better than this? And I think it's the best feeling we can have in regards to film of like, what next? Like, how can it be even better? And hopefully it will be better. And even if it's not, we know the following years could build upon what we get these skyrocketed levels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
We've been building to something. And
2015 could be a massive disappointment, and we still made so much leeway that there's still a lot of potential.
It could be. So the point is, you know, all this waiting, the waiting that was fun and well worth it. After all this waiting, we are now here. We are in 2015. Let the films roll.
A new Star Wars movie is less than a year away.
Yes, a new Avengers movie is even less than that away.
Yeah, right. Okay, so gentlemen, my God, it is like almost 4 a.m. where you are.
A lot of movies within the year.
AdvBlueDude, I can tell you are not happy.
I am perfectly cheery. Can you not tell by my cherub-like demeanor?
Okay, so just really thanks a lot for staying up with me, guys. This was a really fun show. I always look forward to doing the show every year. AdvBlueDude, I'll miss you, man.
I'll be back.
I know.
Someday.
I know you will. All right. So yeah, this has been a fantastic year for movie, and fingers crossed that next year is even half as good. So
Yeah, absolutely.
see you guys later.
It was
See ya.
great.
Hooked on a feeling, dum
Dun,
dum
dun,
dum
dun.
dum.
24